Inside Stone's Gambling Hall in Sacramento, California, you'll find Sammy's Restaurant and Bar. Recognized for its innovative, healthy global cuisine, Sammy's offers menu selections made with local, organic ingredients. Indulgent options like truffle fries, duck tacos, artisan wood-fired pizzas, fresh salads, and more, along with an eclectic selection of craft beers and classic handcrafted cocktails. Plus, with 40 big screen TVs, Sammy's is also the perfect place to catch your favorite game. Satisfy your craving anytime, 24/7, tableside or in the dining room at Sammy's Restaurant and Bar at Stone's Gambling Hall.
That's it. We're live.
Oh, wait,
We have a special treat for you.
I'm in. Tonight you
Justin
get
Squared.
Justin Squared, and not only do you get Justin Squared, you get Justin Squared back-to-back nights. So that's like Justin
true?
Squared. Yeah,
I thought I had tomorrow off.
it's gonna. Good luck.
I'm working?
Yeah, you're gonna find out.
Damn it. All right.
It's gonna be rad.
It is what it is. It's cool. We have a quite amazing show.
Yes.
40K guaranteed final table. Actually ended up being more like $46,460.
But who's counting? But nobody's counting.
Not me.
No, definitely not.
These are the final 9 players out of a total of 151 players that played this final table. We have a great final table for you lined up here. A mixture of classic Stones regulars. You know why I'm saying that?
Classic.
Because Veronica's watching. She loves the classic Stones stuff. Okay, so we got some new guys. We got some aggressive players. This is going to be a crazy action table. And as an added bonus, I time traveled tonight.
I'm ready. I can hear you in the stream
That's me
and
right there.
on the stream.
Yeah.
Mind blowing.
Just so you know, if you want to tell the difference between present time Justin and past time Justin, present time Justin's the better looking one.
Oh, okay, good. I'm really glad you clarified that.
I get better looking as it goes.
I wasn't sure.
As it goes,
I wasn't
get better
sure.
looking.
You age well.
So we're gonna go introduce everyone real quick, starting there in seat 1. That is Andres.
Okay.
Andres in seat 1, and he's sitting on about 334,000.
And currently going into this here, it looks like the blinds are 4 and 8K, so a healthy stack.
Just the last couple minutes of that level, we're gonna be starting off. 334,000 is the third. Looks like the third largest stack at the table. Second seat is a newcomer.
Okay, Tracy. I was gonna say I have not seen Tracy before here.
Yeah, so this is first time at a Stones Live final table. Welcome, Tracy. Congratulations. That is a Stones Live regular in seat 3. He's been on quite a few final
do.
table streams. Tournament grinder extraordinaire.
Right
One
there.
and only.
Look, and I love even the mugshot too. Do you want to play against that? Do you want to call that all in?
No, I'm
I
not
don't.
calling.
I don't.
I fold.
I fold.
I fold.
I'm out.
That's Joda.
I love
okay?
it.
Don't mess with Joda. Also got another tournament grinder, our chip leader for the final table in seat 4, RG3. Rob G.
Again, a great headshot. Check that out. I must ask
I don't
you a
even
question.
know. I don't even know which one is him.
I love it. I love it.
All right, seat 5. A good friend of mine. His name is Al. He runs the WSPS, the Western Senior Poker Series here
Okay,
at Stones. He also made the last WSPS final table. If you
Nice.
remember him and Daryl, the two founders.
Yeah.
Here he is.
Rigged. Live poker's rigged.
It is. Live poker's totally.
Let's go. So he's no stranger to the live stream table.
No.
He's been here before.
Yeah. Over there in seat 6. Shit, you know what? It's all regulars and one new guy.
I know.
Now that
It's
I gotta take back what I said.
It's all the same, guys. It's all the same.
Okay, so seat 6, that's Marco. Marco, just a little tidbit about him. He is currently, quick story.
Story time. I'm ready.
We do points for every tournament. You get points for every tournament you
Yeah.
play. Top 120 point earners come back every 6 months, play a $15,000 free roll tournament. He's currently the points leader.
Oh, rad.
He's about to crush
So
the
he
point
is
lead
definitely a
tonight.
regular. He's
Yes.
the epitome of the regular.
Brad in seat 7, sitting on 66K, our short stack. He's going to be making some moves. Phil in seat 8 is Stone's dealer.
Absolutely, Phil, and no stranger to tournaments as well.
Yeah.
I feel like every time I'm in here, Phil is either dealing or he's in the tournament with me playing.
This could be a very special night for him because
way.
he's usually the bubble.
Yeah, yeah, and
He made it past the bubble.
So we're already there. We're already there.
239,000 starting stack for Phil. I guess I shouldn't say starting stack. Starting stack for the
Just
finals.
starting now.
Was the 15,000 starting stack. He's got 239. And last in seat 9, that's Steven with 54K. He is our shortest stack, but no one's out of this yet.
No, absolutely not.
This is a tournament. Anything can happen. Here comes the first hand. Let's see what's going on.
I love it. And it looks like we got some more graphics updates. They're looking snazzy. Every time I'm in here, it's like we got new stuff, new cool stuff.
That's what happens when you have a wizard behind the booth.
Yeah, we have a wizard team.
All right. As we get around to this action, we just want to thank you guys in the chat room for being with us. We really appreciate, especially you early comers here that are catching on the beginning of the stream, friends of the players, our Stones Live regulars. We know you had a lot of options tonight, the World Series,
True.
football games, World Series of Poker, World Series Baseball, and World Series of Poker. And let's not forget the most important, The Walking Dead.
Yeah, The Walking Dead.
Season 7, episode 2 tonight.
No
So-
spoilers, but last week was pretty intense.
It was.
Yeah.
A couple people died.
Yeah,
Is
a
that
couple.
spoiler?
At least.
Okay, let's get to the action.
I love it. Yeah, these new graphics, man, so fresh and so clean. Check this out.
Fresh. Like the
I'm
fresh
digging
Prince.
it. Yeah, everybody,
Damn.
thank you for joining us. Like all the regulars I see already, Rick and Barstow, Suited Aces. You know, a 678. I just gotta say, well, 678. I guess we'll let him slide. He's kind of cool too. But
He's all right.
Yeah, he's all right. He's all right.
good.
But I'll tell you what. I've said before. I'll say it again, man. I love our chat. Our chat is at the very least entertaining. But they're in here having a good time, man. They're like extended family. I feel like they're all in the booth, and I'm really glad with us. But I'm really glad that they're not because that would get pretty cramped. Pretty cool.
I was gonna ask our chat room to marry me.
Wow.
Will
Wow,
you?
That is a lot of diamond rings.
You marry me?
There goes all your money. You're done.
No, it's ring pops.
Ring pops.
Ring pops.
Yes, I know all about the ring pop. Classic.
All right, here comes our, well, we came in the middle of the last hand, so here comes our first real hand because Justin and Justin are paying attention. And buckle up. You guys are in for a ride.
I'm ready. And real quick, tomorrow is going to be a cash game. It's
Yes.
going to be a little bit Halloween-themed cash game, if you will.
We call it Halloweeny.
I can't wait. There will be plenty of costumes.
It's a superhero game.
Only so many times you can see one superhero knock out another superhero and take a bunch of money from him.
Yeah.
Good times.
It's Civil War.
I love it.
All right, guys, we got action coming around to Brad getting out of there. Philip has Jack Deuce. I predict a fold. We're at Steven with Ace Jack on the short stack.
Yeah, and the hijack.
That's exactly
yeah.
what I would do. He's
Shipping
gonna
it.
stick it all in, 52,000. And I would say RG3 is the only one with a hand really can call. It doesn't put him too much at risk. It's a small amount to call. He's got Ace-9 suited.
Oh, yeah. No, he's going to make this
We
call.
betting drinks tonight? We betting drinks on predictions for calls?
Predictions for calls. I'm like, ooh, let's see here.
Or for
Who's
prediction for any action?
going to be in the top 3? I mean, I feel like obviously Marco has a bit of an edge because I mean, you know, he is your tournament leader overall.
He's amazing.
For
No, actually, like that's not something you can luck box. Like there's skill there. There's skill there. Okay, Tracy is thinking about this, and we can't see his cards, so it's hard to speculate exactly what's going on here. But he decides to lay it down. It comes around to RG3, our current chip leader.
And again, relative to his stack, I mean, it's only like 11-12% of his stack to call. I mean, at the end of the day, it's there's almost value there in knocking out a player, obviously, moving up the ladder.
Actually, not in the worst shape ever. So he's going to put in the call.
Yeah.
35% with
course.
Ace-9. Because he's suited, it adds some equity.
And he's thinking, you know, if Stevens he'd jam because Stevens is a short stack, he would jam with any pocket pair. He'd jam with any sort of two suited, any face cards, King Queen, King Jack. I mean, at the end of the day, Ace-9 could even be ahead in this particular scenario.
Yeah, especially this situation. Now, that's a great flop for Steven.
Yeah, worst
Probably going to
flop
keep
for
him alive
RG3.
here.
And that's game time. So Steven's going to double up. Actually, more than double up here. Between the blinds and antes, he's going to push about 120K, 117K out of that.
And poker's that easy.
That's it. All you got to do is
all
push
you
in your stack, and then it comes back with more chips.
All in.
Easy money.
When's the
He
last
just
poker
lost.
tournament you played?
I think it was all the Stones Classic events.
Okay.
Yeah.
You played like everyone?
Everyone.
Except the one you commentated?
Yeah, because I was like, you know, I just feel so bad when I'm like, I'm
The
gonna
one
go.
where David Tuckman's in your lap the whole time?
I just, oh yeah, he's just like, he
He's
just
in
kept
here with
boxing me
David
out. I'm like,
Tuckman. David Tuckman's like this. He's like, Oh yeah, it's just moving him out of the frame.
Hi guys.
It was great. Everyone in the chat room's like, Justin looks uncomfortable.
Well, we're getting a little close. I mean, you know, he barreled some wine before the stream. I mean, not quite moneymaker status of barreling actual bottles.
No, he was going right out of the
wine.
bottle.
Yeah.
That was great.
I do, and that's the thing is, it was right off the bat. The second after the introduction with him and Jake, you just saw the wine bottle, and you saw it come up. And the second you see the whole wine bottle
And
come
rubbed
up,
it into Jake the whole time that Jake couldn't drink.
Yeah, I was just the second you see the entire wine bottle come up to his mouth, I'm like, well, this is going to be a great stream.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait for that.
It was good.
So me and Jake have a little game we play on here. Every time somebody says suitored, or we have some suited things, every time the word suitored is uttered, it's cheers drinking time.
What are you drinking?
You don't want to know. No, it's good. Same thing. Energy drink. Cheers.
Need energy. I've been here since 9 this morning.
Yeah, and you had a long night. Had a good show.
Well, it depends. You know, they might chop it. Who knows?
You never know. After a 2-hour minimum, of course.
That's right. Yeah. I wasn't gonna say that.
But you know, it's funny because generally speaking, I mean, even if we didn't have that sort of minimum, these guys play. You know, I mean, these guys play it out. They play down. It's not like we even need to put that minimum on there. I think most of the time they would be going at least that long anyways before they came to any sort of amicable chop agreement.
Especially when you got a 40K, 50K stack sitting in there and you're on 500,000.
Yeah, what am I gonna do? Like, oh, you guys want to even chop? No.
Here, just take my wallet.
No.
While you're at it.
No, I do not.
Okay, Tracy's raised it up here with Ace Queen to 22,000. 7-5 of hearts from Al calls. And that flop would probably wrap it up right there if Tracy is able to make a continuation bet here.
Take a look at our new graphics here, guys. We have our actual action history tracker here.
This is
what
pretty
happened
cool.
pre-flop, on the flop. I mean, God, I feel like you need this in your head when you're at the table and you want to replay the hand. You're like, okay,
Right.
how did this work out for me?
This is pretty spectacular. We're seeing this for the first time too. Just remember, this game is on a 20-minute delay. So we're seeing a game that's 20 minutes old, but Justin and Justin, just like you, we're seeing the game for the first time. We're live, the game's delayed. It's hard to process.
Super live.
Yeah.
Well, I like it because this you know, that we're seeing at the same time as our viewers. We get to interact with the chat, and it's great because especially, you know, a lot of our chat loves to chime in and figures out exactly, okay, well, I think he made a great move and this is why, or I totally disagree with that move because, you know, I would have never played it that way. It's great because we all get to be in the booth together.
Yeah.
Hanging out.
It's just me, him, and you.
And a couple hundred of our closest friends.
Yeah. That's all.
And apparently all the bots that have an insane amount of auto commands now about like rigged and is this live.
I love our bots. I love our bots.
Sometimes our bots like get in like little like bot fights. It's fun to watch.
My bots are my closest friends.
That is sad and awesome all at the same time.
Nothing wrong with a little robot love.
Oh, just a little computer love. All right, over to Andres. C1, deuce 3, checking out.
Bye-bye. Not a lot of playable hands in this one. Marco's an aggressive player. He's the type who mix it up with Queen 10 suited, but not much to work with here, unfortunately, for Marco.
He's in the big. Now, you have RG3, obviously a big stack on the button. Not a spectacular hand, but since when did that really matter, as long as you got chips on the button?
It's called the must-raise button for a reason.
Of course. 1776 Freedom Fighter, what's going on, buddy? Welcome. If the stream's a little choppy, just try adjusting maybe your quality or just doing like a control F5 for a little refresh.
I was going to say cancel Comcast and get a good ISP.
Ooh, zing! Actually, Comcast's like the fastest around. I hate them, but they are the fastest around.
Hate them.
So look at this, 8-10. RG3 makes the move with 8-10, gets a call by Marco. They both flop open-ended straight draws.
Oh
here.
my goodness. So now both of them hoping for each other's cards.
So it looks like Marco checked, RG3 bet, Marco called. Oh, and 8-10 gets there on the bottom end.
Dirty.
And now the sick part about this is if the 8 did peel off, it would actually give Marco the one-up hand.
Yeah.
And RG3 would almost be forced to call him down anyways. So let's see. So RG3 is thinking, wow, this is just a bluff gone right. And Marco, of course, checks over to RG3 here.
I have to say, the new graphics are pretty great.
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Pot's at 123K. And he's going to bet just about half that pot on the money. 65K bet there by RG3. Marco's still open-ended, thinking maybe if he could spike a queen, that's maybe good as well here. You know, plus with RG3 raising pre-flop like that from the button, he could just have like an ace rag sort of hand. He might have missed completely. Little does he know, he's just got a
What's
monster.
Marco thinking here, though? That's what I want to know. What's he thinking? Because well, he's open-ended. It's 55,000 into 123,000, so it's a half pot bet. He calls.
Yeah, Marco's gonna make the call.
Well, he's thinking he's got some chips behind.
I'm thinking he's thinking he has more than just the open-ended outs. I'm thinking he's thinking a queen might be good, or even a 10 might be good.
So now that card should save him money.
Oh, that's not gonna save him money.
No. That's the end of the tournament for Marco because he's not. Oh,
and the funny thing is, RG3's hesitation there for all of a split second is he's just like, wow, did you really vote on me? But I have to call because
but
it doesn't really matter.
You made a vote,
yeah,
okay,
exactly. I mean, it doesn't really matter there. And relative to the pot size, the river jam was very small. I mean, he already called the 65K. He only had, it looks like 44K behind. You know, he already pretty much pot dedicated himself by the turn there, which is why that call could have been a little suspect.
Guys, we have our first casualty. That's Marco. He is still the points leader for the Tournament of Champions. That is coming up January 1st. He'll get a couple more points for this score. Marco leaving with 9th place.
See here in a minute.
Scrolling
coming
up here, yep. We'll pull a Tuckman here. $1,161. So that's like 3 or 4 points to Tournament of Champions, already leading by 16 points. So that's a good help, but that's good news for the other players that are fighting for that top spot. You guys still have a chance. Had he taken first here, 30, 40 points.
Oh yeah,
commanding lead.
Gone, yeah.
Would have been very tough. 8 players left now. Blinds are up. 5,000, 10,000 with a 1,000
So
ante.
Marco is our first casualty here. I mean, even though 1161 minus the buy-in, I mean, he still made a little less than 100 an hour for, you know, a good day's work. Not bad. You know,
not
70
bad.
bucks an hour, hanging out, playing some cards.
Well, you forgot he bought in 7 times.
Oh my God! Please tell me that's not
I have
true.
no idea.
I mean, it's funny because every time I think like, oh man, somebody fired a couple barrels, I just joke, and you tell me a story about like somebody actually firing like 10 barrels or something, and I'm like,
It happens from time to time,
Oh
but
my God.
actually I know how Marco got into this tournament by winning a Saturday tournament, so his seat was
oh
actually
nice,
free.
oh even better. So then
So
he's
it's all profit.
He's definitely 100 an hour for sure.
For sure.
So that's gonna put RG3 up at a super big stack.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
He's 11 life.
Dominating right now. Brad and Al look like they're going to a flop here. If Brad decides to call, Al's raise to 20. Oh, that's it. Brad's just going to take it down. 8-6 of diamonds.
Lowler, what's up, buddy? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, Caritas is always on point with the suits. We get it, dude. But I'm glad that my Batman shirt is a close second. So yeah,
This is just how I dress. I sleep like this.
no, we know. We
My
know you do.
pajamas are just suit pajamas.
Yeah, you're straight.
I just
You're
switch
straight.
into a new suit.
Yeah,
when I
you
go
know, we can
home.
get it. You're Barney straight out of How I Met Your Mother, dude. You're just waiting like, why? Well, because you never know. 2 like Victoria's Secret models could just show up at the door at any given time
Well,
in the middle
here's
of the
the
night.
thing. I don't want my best dressed day spent in a casket. I'm gonna dress good now.
I feel like you've thought about this for quite some time.
Yeah, little.
I like it. Look at Phil, just pulling over the hoodie, covering the mouth, going straight ninja style.
The Ninja Warrior.
Now this could get interesting actually, because if everybody folds around, which it looks like that's going to happen, you got Brad from the small blind who's going to look like he's making a move on Phil, and actually Brad stacks so small, Phil's going to have to call.
Yeah.
So that's just where that's going to go
It's
down.
action coming up.
Yeah, we're going to see Brad's going to
Predicted.
jam it here.
We called it first.
Yep, and here comes the look jam, and here comes the snap call by Phil.
Poker's this easy. If this guy can predict it,
It's true. I mean, 50-50, I'm right or wrong, I don't know.
oh, look at Phil.
He's not happy about it, but the thing is, with the short stack, any hand is going to do that.
and it's an ace. It's an ace.
I mean, if you had King Deuce suited, he's going to make that move just to pick up the blinds
Man.
and antes. It doesn't matter. I mean, that's unfortunate for Phil. That
You know what the sick thing is about this? If he puts in the call, you know the five's
I
coming.
think Phil. Phil almost postured like he was going to let it go, but I think he's going to.
He
make the
wants
call.
to.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't even
wants
want to
to.
call. That's the sick part. Yeah, Phil's like, whatever.
There it is.
Well, I got a live
You
5.
see that look? He's like, 5.
Yep.
Give him a 5.
5 ball. Give me
Or
deuce
4 clubs.
Deuce 3-4.
Oh man.
We're gluttons for punishment.
This is a rough matchup for Phil. Only 22% going to the flop. And let's see some cards. Boom.
Wait. Boom.
All right. Boom.
883. Oh, this could be a chop.
Oh,
if the
there's
3
some chop
peels
outs.
off.
Yeah, chop outs.
Yeah. This could be chopalicious.
That's good for Phil.
Oh, wow. Okay.
More potential chop outs.
I know. 835. Negative.
And Ace King's gonna hold up. Ace
Negative.
High taking this one down. Phil generously donating some chips to the short stack.
Because that's clearly what he meant to do. He was like, I'm just gonna give you some chips. I'm
He
gonna
is a
donate.
nice guy.
It'll be cool.
He's
Yeah.
a really nice guy.
So guys, make sure to click that heart button and subscribe if you like watching Phil generously donating chips.
Click the heart button anyways.
Do the short stack.
I tell you this, if we get 20 follows tonight, I will not poke your eye out with this pen.
Guys, I'm really gonna need you to start following immediately. That would really help me out. Otherwise, next time I'm gonna maybe look like a character from last week's
You're
Walking Dead show.
You're Deadpool, so
I'll
It'll
heal.
heal.
I'll heal. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm not worried.
It's all right. I got a couple swords. We'll figure it out. So you know what I don't see at this table right now, unless I'm mistaken? I don't see any of those awesome plaques that you know I love.
It takes time.
I know.
You gotta be patient.
Well, they will. I figure once we get a couple big stacks, right? Because you can't. I mean, because you know me. I came short stack to the table, and I used all of my chips to buy one plaque. That's all I want. That's all I want to do.
Just wants to say he had one.
That's it. I can't even shuffle
That's
it.
all.
I'm just sitting there like throwing it up in the air. Action around Tracy here, ace 3 getting out. You know, that's the tough thing about getting any of these ace rags in early positions. In later positions, it's like gold to you know, at least give you a little confidence booster to make a move.
You know, I'm looking up over here in the corner, and I understand what's happening when you're in here with Tuckman, because it doesn't look like I'm.
Move.
But now I feel like I'm way over here.
You wish. Get out of here.
How do we look, guys?
Why does everybody try to hop in my lap in the booth?
Can we put a poll in there?
Is sexual harassment a thing here? Because all of my co-commentators try to hop in my damn lap.
You cannot harass the Willies.
This is not cool. I asked for it. I was dressed this way. I asked for it.
He was asking for it. All right. What's happening?
Everybody's
Nothing.
folding. Everybody's folding. RG3.
RG3 dominating the table.
I mean, you have a stack like that.
Dominating.
He's not exactly. This isn't his first rodeo. I mean, he's going to start making moves with any sort of decent hands. I don't think Jay is allowed to kiss. I think it would just be, you know, like if you time travel. No. No.
That's my mom.
No.
Trying to get a dude to kiss me.
Wow. Classic. God, thanks, Mom. Jeez.
That's my mom,
love
folks.
No, I think the world would implode. Like toilets would flow backwards. It'd be bad.
Yeah,
You
it's
can't do
like
that.
we can't even touch because it's
You
like if we just touched hands,
It's just Inception.
we would absorb each other's cellular material. God, that sounds
That sounds
horrible.
really bad. We'll
All
just
right.
go with Justception.
Back to poker.
Welcome. Your mom's hilarious. Does your mom always spy on you when you're at work? Actually, she does. Like, your folks come in here sometimes and hang out too, right?
They're gamblers.
I love it.
She's a poker player. My stepdad is a cow game player. He's the dark
I was gonna
side.
say, so he's the gambler.
He's the dark side.
He's
yeah.
the gambler.
No, she's a really good poker player. I promise you've never busted her out of a tournament.
I promise I have not either. Because I'd hear about it. She'd be like, hey, that guy over there, that guy's an asshole.
Yeah. But he's got a cool name.
What's his name?
She'd be like, his name's
Justin?
awesome.
Oh, yeah, he's cool.
All right, so we're back around to action on RG3 with Queen Jack suited, and looks like he raised it up to 28,000. We're coming back around to Phil with Ace Deuce. Phil probably a little squeamish of the rag aces at this point.
Of course. They did not work out well for him. Now, Steven again
also
with
with
an
the rag
rag.
ace.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, okay, so
And RG3
had
is
the
gonna get
button and small blind called. I think Andres comes along, no problem.
Yeah.
But at this point,
Just for awesome value at that point. But yeah,
There's no value now.
Yeah, why is he going to fight him heads up? Unless he's feeling spunky, he might.
it's got the little spunky little.
He's got. But he does the whole mustache thing. He's like, I have to talk to the mustache first. We have
He
to see.
folds
We have to
anyways,
see.
yeah.
And he's gone.
That's gonna do it. 1011er has a question in the chat room. You want to take that one?
You know, I don't know actually. I asked him earlier, and he said priceless. So.
Did you see the mugshot? I mean, headshot? All right.
That's good stuff.
Actually, we only got to see it like super close, right?
Oh yeah, are you gonna pull it up? Are we gonna get a headshot replay?
No, I think you need to see the whole thing to really appreciate. Really appreciate it.
I love how you just have all these random mugshots in your camera roll. Oh my gosh, that's awesome! Straight in the middle, like an orange grove or whatever that is. You can't teach that.
That's tight.
That's all natural.
That's tight. Yeah, it doesn't get better.
So total.
He could have called.
Yeah. So total 2.2 million, a little over 2.2 million chips in play, and RG3 right now has like what 700K of it, 650K of it. Not bad. He's almost got a quarter of the chips. All right, cruising around here. Action over to Brad.
You just got to take into mind when you hit the final table and you're under the lights, it kind of changes the whole dynamic of the game. People get scared to make plays initially, so you see a lot of people tighten up because they don't want to look stupid.
Oh, and they don't want to be the first person to bust out. They don't wanna, you know.
Well, it's too late for that.
I was gonna say I don't want to name names, but
But as we get probably about 30-40 minutes into this stream, you will see the action starts to open up. It's like the real world.
Yeah.
They forget the cameras are there, and they start being real.
well,
They
yeah,
start playing the game.
exactly. But not only that, but too, you know, as the players bust out, people are gonna start getting more and more aggressive as it gets down to six-handed, five-handed. That sort of range. Now, you had Phil here, obviously, in the cutoff, making a solid raise here to 25K. And then you have Andres here from the small blind with the same hand with King Jack.
I love these types of hands, especially if they end up going heads up. When you have the exact same hands playing against each other,
I love it.
You really get to see how much aggression and acting first is so important in tournaments.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah, position, huge. And the way I love two players playing the same hand against each other. I totally agree with you. Brennan Portugal, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, Renee joining us in the chat room. He was actually playing in the tournament today.
Oh, nice.
Renee, who I can't remember, is either third or fourth place in our main event final table for the Stones
Oh,
Classic.
yeah, that's
Had
right.
a
I
fantastic-
remember
I think he was
Renee.
third.
Yeah,
I think he was
absolutely.
third. Yeah.
Oh, I just got a little message from Jen, who I believe bubbled this tournament, said you guys rock. Yeah, she was in this tournament today as well.
Poor Jen.
Yeah. I know how it feels, man. That bubble, you're like, oh, you mean I could have folded?
I wanted to have a girl at the final table.
You're like, I could have folded one more hand? Dang it.
That's all I wanted for Christmas.
It's just a girl at the final table?
That's it. Any girl.
I thought you were in love with the bots.
Talk about poker now.
Oh, okay, got it.
Not love.
Got it. All right, so flop now, 3-8-9, couple of spades, no help to anybody.
Who bets?
Andres checks it over to Phil, and this
Phil will
is
bet.
exactly, he did bet, so this is exactly what we're talking about, power of position.
That's it.
Pot's at 68K,
How can Andres call?
and Phil fires 45K, and I think it's pretty clear here that Phil, you know, and that Andres is just going to check out. He's got no sort of redraw unless it comes running spades.
Andres doesn't look like he's a believer.
No, but Andres takes his time too. See, he's not a snap folder.
All right.
Besides, Phil's got the ninja mouth cover up. You can't mess with that. You know what I mean?
Well, he just.
And if you notice, RG3 actually has the same thing going on too. When you watch him, he's got the hoodie pullover.
Well,
That's the new
mouth-
thing. Instead of hoodie over the head,
It's a lot of
pull it
tells
around.
right here. This will give a lot away.
Well, and that's why Andres has that mustache, because you can't read through that. That's a blinder right there.
Next one out of this tournament getting $1,394. That's over $1,000 profit, assuming.
They only bought in once.
Yeah.
And they weren't like me, who likes to fire at least 2 to 3 barrels, because, you know, why not? These new graphics with the action tracker. That
No, I love
sometimes
it.
when we get heads up, we go to the split screen
Yeah.
love. I mean, I love it. And that's what I told somebody too. I was talking with somebody about our stream, and they were like, "Oh, I think I've seen something on Twitch." And I'm like, "Yeah, but it's a little different. It's not like we're broadcasting from like mom's basement."
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
They're like, "Oh, where do you do
right.
it from?" I'm like, "They have like it's like really solid production quality
We're
value."
actually
you know?
on the casino floor.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I don't think we shout these guys out enough, but right behind us, right behind here,
this general
there's
region.
3 guys in there just punching in all the material, the bets, the cards, the camera angles. There's a guy back there with a hamster and a wheel. I don't even know what it does. It's just running on the wheel.
We're really
And,
short on electricity. I mean, so we got to generate it.
It's crazy. So this doesn't just happen by magic. There's guys back here working really hard tonight. It's Bob, Abraham, Matt. We appreciate you guys making this beautiful. I mean, we're seeing it for the 100th time, and
Yeah.
we're still impressed.
No, it is, and
So-
it's funny because I had I showed somebody a quick stream of it, and I was like, oh yeah, check it out, and you know, and they're not. They kind of understand how, like, just in general, the media broadcasting thing works. You know, they do like more radio stuff, but I'm showing them, and the first question is, well, who's changing the cameras? Who's putting up the graphics? Like, they're asking all these questions instantly because they get it. They're like, this doesn't just happen.
The hamster.
They're like, are you doing that? And I'm
The
like,
hamster just
no,
runs,
I can't.
and everything just happens.
Yeah, I was like, I can't do all that.
It's a hamster.
It's a hamster. I thought it was a gerbil. Whatever.
No, it's a hamster.
Okay,
I
got
promise. Don't get crazy.
I thought it was a hamster in a guinea pig suit. Whatever.
It is Halloween. Almost. 3 hours away from Halloween.
Oh, so close. So close to All Hallows Eve. So it's Halloween Eve
It's the devil's holiday.
right now.
All right, it's on Phil. Phil, I have a message for him. Someone go out there, tell him, quit bending my RFID cards.
Yeah, because they're only $200 a deck. You bought it. You break it. You bought it, buddy.
He can afford it.
Yeah, well, especially after this tournament.
He's getting at least $1,000
At
profit.
least. So you can buy me 5 whole new decks right now.
And you're gonna.
So Phil here, 6-7 suited, is going to raise it up to 26K. So about 2.5 times the big.
Tracy wakes up with pocket aces.
Uh-oh, danger. And look at RG3
Whoops.
too from the big as ace-10. But I think after Tracy does a 3-bet here, I think RG3 is going to insta-check out. Ace-10 is one of those hands you want to be raising with but never calling with.
Yeah, especially when it's not suited. And RG3, he's a sharp enough poker player to figure it out like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I guarantee you, once this goes up, unless it's a reasonable amount of value, RG3's gone.
Let's see what he does here. He re-raises, I believe, to...
He's sitting on a mountain of chips.
Yeah. So what's that, 50, 60...
Sold you.
where we
See,
at?
boom. That's it. That's all he needs to see.
Yeah, it's no...
You can get frisky, you can open a pot with ace-10, but when someone plays back at you like that, most of the time you're going to be behind.
Yeah, so 56K here. I can't see Phil continuing with his hand. Unless he really just wants to get spunky and try to outplay him.
He
or
could
maybe
gamble.
Yeah, he could gamble and try to get lucky on a flop. You never know.
It's 30,000 more, but he doesn't have a ton of chips.
He doesn't, and the other problem is that Tracy doesn't have a whole ton of chips either, so I think he kind of knows that Tracy's going to escalate this hand to
Yeah, he's gotta
probably a
hit.
shove all in scenario pretty quick here.
He's got to hit for sure. Phil's one of those players too that doesn't make snap decisions.
No.
He really thinks it through. He takes his time. He makes a decision that he thinks is right.
And it's funny because, you know, speak to T here. Should I just say your mom says?
Yeah.
Your mom says.
My mom says
you know,
aces lose all the time.
Aces lose all the time. Well, the funny thing is, if there's going to be a hand that beats aces, you know it's 6-7 suited.
For sure.
It's just 6-7,
For
8-9. Like you're getting crushed.
All right, guys, new hand coming out. These players playing for a top prize of over $12,000 for one day's work. Plus, the winner, and actually second place tonight, top two get free entry into next month's 350.
Nice. Love it.
So that's pretty sweet too.
Love it. And look, even third place fades the tax man. 250, $100. Love fading the tax man. That's like avoiding a bad beat all in itself right there.
Actually, you're still supposed to claim it.
I'm just saying, technically, concordantly vis-a-vis. I mean, I always claim it, so don't worry about me, Mr. IRS.
Have you
can
not claimed any?
I claim everything all the time.
I need to know.
I claim if I found like a $5 bill in the street. I claim that. I claim that for sure.
Here's my
So-
taxes, 2 quarters a year, tax man.
I found a penny, but it was heads up instead of tails. I was at.
You
does
pay
it
taxes
matter?
on heads up?
I do. Not tails up though. It's bad luck. They should pay me. So come on down to Stones here, Sacramento, California, where we give out aces and then kings actually.
Back to back.
Kings for
Tracy
Andres
might
here.
be in a bad spot here, waking up with 10s.
And this is unfortunate. Phil already put in a raise. Last time he put in a raise to 25K. Now he puts in a raise to 30 with a way good hand here, ace queen, and he's gonna get 3-bet again. And we've all been in Phil's position where you're like, ugh, every time I'm in, I'm getting 3-bet. And it gets
He can hit an ace.
it gets exasperating though. You know, you're just like, why is it every time I raise somebody 3-bets me? Every freaking
Bastards.
time.
Those
Yeah.
bastards.
Re-raise coming in. $90K. Man, I wish the camera just instantly shot over to Phil so we could see his face like, ugh. Now Tracy here, waking up with 10s behind him, has 247K. 90K is a solid chunk of his stack. And I believe he's gonna think about it here for a
I don't
minute.
think you can call here. I
don't
think
think
the
you can
decision here is, do I fold or go all in?
Shove or
Do I
fold?
see all 5 cards no matter what? But he doesn't know
Yeah.
I'm just calling him no matter what.
And-
Phil's, maybe. If he was suited, I think for sure. But offsuit, ace queen.
And if Phil had less chips too, he might consider
What did
jamming
Tracy
it.
do? He folded
Yeah,
those
he
tens?
folded, yeah.
Wow.
Well, I don't think that people
I'm
so
impressed.
far. Yeah, and these guys have been playing with each other for the entire tournament. They've been moving around tables. They've already crossed paths multiple times. These sort of players, I don't think they think that the other players are 3-betting lightly. I mean, everybody just watched Phil get 3-bet, and now he's getting 3-bet again.
He's probably getting tired of getting pushed around.
Well, that's what I mean. But he's getting 3-bet again the very next hand. Do you think somebody's doing that just to mess around with Phil? No, they're doing that because they can probably beat tens. So I'd be folding tens as well.
No, I think they're messing with Phil.
I mean, they're definitely doing that.
He's got to be thinking that at this point. Every time I move into a pot, someone's messing with me.
Yeah.
And ace queen's a hand you could take a stand with.
I'm sorry, I love how Flat Collar in the chat says all in because of the name versus the direction.
Flat Collar, welcome to the chat room.
Welcome to the
We appreciate having you here.
And Phil's gonna let it go.
Okay,
and Phil,
good, lay down.
Phil is just staring into blank space, being like, "Guys, seriously, if you do that one more time, I'm jamming it. I don't even care."
But, you know, he can see in 20 minutes that it was the right play. Don't you wish that the tournaments could rabbit hunt? I mean, I know it's not good to be results oriented, and I might get struck by lightning being results oriented, sitting in Jake's chair.
True.
But I always want to know what would have happened.
Well, I can tell you right now, 6-7 of clubs was smacking those aces to hell and back, dude.
For sure.
That was so good.
For sure it was.
So action first to start on Phil under the gun. Easy fold for him. Thank God, because if he got a big hand, he was going to get 3-bet anyways. So over Andres here in seat 1 with Queen 10. He's out of there. And RG3, our resident big dog stack, waking up with a big hand on the button.
On the button.
I love waking up with a big hand on the button because everybody always thinks you're full of crap anyways because you're on the button.
Yep.
And especially because you have a large chip stack and you see him, he's going for the Phil mouth cover maneuver of...
Oh, that's Phil's maneuver now?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's definitely the standard. Joda's doing his own thing. He's actually going to use the hood as intended over his head.
That's how he always looks, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Joda never looks any different than that.
He sleeps in that, same thing. So RG3 makes it 29K, and comparatively, we're going to have both those guys check out and pick up that pot. So taking a look at chip stacks there, our 3 short stacks there, Phil, Steven, and Brad, 15 bigs, 11 bigs, and 9 bigs. We're probably going to see a move, an all-in move from Brad here pretty quickly. And the thing about, you got 9 bigs, even just jamming it and picking up all the blinds and antes is still relatively healthy when you're that short stacked. It's still like a pretty solid win just to get nobody to call. So a quick rundown of the chip colors, if those of you guys are just tuning in. The blacks are 1K chips, the pinks are 5K chips, I believe, and the yellows are 10K chips, is that right?
That's correct.
Sweet. And then plaques that we do not have out there yet that I am a large fan of are 25K plaques. And I believe as we combine down and get fewer players and more chips in play, between the players, I believe that we might throw some plaques out there.
He's hoping.
Maybe. I'm hoping.
It's like your whole
It's
night.
not happen. All I want is
your whole
plaques.
night right there. Please put plaques in
plaques.
play. He just wants all plaques. He doesn't even want chips, just all plaques.
That's all I want.
It's an all interfold tournament.
all I want in my life.
Put all my plaques in.
I'm so down. Please,
It makes me
please
feel
do one of those one time.
It's like very European.
Could you do an all-in or full tournament just once? Just one time?
No.
Please? Please?
No.
Do it.
No.
Guys, punch the number 1 into the chat and hit enter if you want to see an all-in or full tournament.
Or 2 if you want to see Justin get his eye poked out.
I'm hoping for once. I really am. I'm just going to put that out there.
Are you going to tell him what you're dressing as tomorrow?
No, I think the surprise is even better.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I was gonna dress up as a tournament director.
Isn't that what you're dressed up as now? Just throwing that out there.
You got a 1.
Woo!
He's winning.
Yes, I love it. King Dodgy, the man. All in a full tournament. I've never done it. I want to fire a bunch of barrels. I feel bad for the dealers having to make like 19.
No one wants his eye poked out.
1 and 2. It still puts me ahead though.
Okay.
It still puts me ahead.
You're winning. Thank you, C.S. Wood.
I mean, it's the internet, so I feel that the 2s are going to start flowing in.
They want blood.
sooner than
And they don't just want blood on the poker table.
No, they want
we have
blood on the
7s
poker.
against 4s here. Tracy's been good at dodging bullets lately.
So Tracy comes in for a raise. RG3 3-bets it to 160 here. And Tracy's checking out. Tracy's
Look at
like,
Tracy's a good player.
I already had it for one. I mean, he just fell into this final table by accident.
Tracy fits right into our crew here. He's laying down 4s and 10s pre-flop, like, fantastic.
And if you notice, there is a lot of 3-betting going on at this table. Like a lot.
That's because RG3's here.
Yeah. Every time there's a raise. Well, RG3's killing the game. He's got about a third of the chips in play right now, just over 700K. So that is not bad when there's 8 players remaining and you have almost a third of the chips. Want a seat on our game? Contact that number. Jay Caritis right here.
What?
If I contact you, can I just hop in this final table right now?
Do it. Let's go.
I'm in. I'll take a stack. Just walk over there. Put down some cash. Be like, seat open, right, guys? Seat open.
If they picked watching this stream over World Series of Poker, World Series of Baseball,
World Series of Walking Dead,
World Series of Walking Dead, or the World Series of Football, you got my number. You got my digits for that.
There's so many World Series here.
All you gotta do is send a text, say I want to play. Tomorrow's game's full, superhero game. But there is still 2 seats left in the 1025 this Wednesday.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. What's the minimum buy-in for that? Because I got like $200 on me.
It's 2,000.
Oh, okay. So I can just basically.
What's the maximum buy-in?
Can
That's
I-
the real question.
No, is there no max?
No maximum.
What? I love it.
That's messed up.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. That's what I meant. By messed up,
Because I've seen.
I meant awesome.
I mean, I love when there's no max buy-ins. Like everybody's got a couple grand in front of them. Some guy sits down, they're like, "I'll take 20," and you're like, "What?
20 what?
What?
20 what?
20 $100 bills?" You're getting reprimanded by your mom. I love it.
Isn't football the one where they wear spandex and slap each other's asses? Isn't
Yeah,
that
it's
one?
just go team go. I think the puck has to go through the super. And the puck goes in the net, right? No?
Vocal Terror, just to answer your question there in the chat room, press 2. If we get more 2s than 1s, that Justin gets his eye poked out with this pen.
This lovely Stones pen here. I mean, I feel
I forgot what happens if you
lawsuit
win.
incoming. Lawsuit incoming.
What happens when you win?
We get to have an all-in or full tournament.
Oh, all under full
That's
tournament.
rad.
Or Justin's eye.
That is rad. You need to watch your language. Your mother's watching. Yes! Boom! See, he wanted you to get poked out, but he doesn't want me to get
What?
poked out. I love you.
Look at my eyes are beautiful. Why would you want to hurt them?
They're not that hot.
Should I sing that song?
No. Please don't. Well, type 3 in the chat if you want to see this.
Yeah, you want to hear Justin sing a song?
You can call me Joker. What's up, buddy? Welcome to the chat.
He's in the game tomorrow.
I know. I can't wait.
Guess
And
what he's
guess what he's
dressing
dressed as? I don't know. I know what you can call him.
Jinx, you got me a Coke.
Boop. So it's suited. Cheers.
Oh, suitor.
Boom. All right. So we have RG3 raising it to 40K.
You guys don't do it for
and-
Bingo Bango?
No. Oh yeah. The bingo bango, man. I've created that term. You know, Cobra told me that he hears that term now, and like he'll say it when somebody nails something when he's out playing, you know, in Reno or Tahoe, and he's like, I love it. I love it so much.
Bingo Bango. Al,
You know
with the
something's
suitor
good whenever
queen.
Veronica gives you crap for it all the time.
But that's everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
All right, so it's all good. All right. So it looks like Al is going to cut out a 3-bet here because that's what we do at this table. We 3-bet every time.
Every pot.
Now look at RG3. Not only is he eyeing him down, but like as Al is cutting out chips, RG3 just grabs another chunk like, I'm just going to look at you while you do it. Like, bring it.
It's very intimidating.
And then you got Steven over here. Well, he's going to be from the small blind with 7s. Let's see here.
Don't waste our time, Phil.
Phil from the button with junk. He's checking out.
There's a lot of 3s.
I know, they really want to hear some Justin karaoke here. So Steven with 7s, always against the 3-bet. Not a good idea here. Andreas checking out. It's just my guess.
He's a thinker, though. He's got to think first.
It's a slow fold.
Tracy Jack 10's got the same cards as RG3, and it's back around. RG3.
Now RG3 has enough
call.
chips to make this call, and you know, just for some implied odds here to see if he can snap off another player. Although it's not like Al's exactly short stacked here, so this isn't the guy I'd be wanting to get into a sort of all-in pot with, unless I was way ahead. So let's see where this ends up. King 5-8, couple of clubs.
Misses everybody.
Completely whiffs both player. Population YouTube, bro. So RG3 first, check behind by Al. I'd like to see RG3 maybe take a betting line here, and he sure is.
Yeah.
I think when Al doesn't do any sort of continuation bet there, it opens up the door for RG3 to come out swinging, which is exactly what happened.
Passive at this point.
Yeah, but now look at this. If Al might be detecting that exact thing. He's like, no, you don't have it. You're just betting because I checked.
Yep.
And it's tough. I'd like to see Al almost fire in a raise there instead of just a flat call with ace queen. That would really
it down right there.
Would really tell you where you're at.
Take it down instantly.
Because I think that would force RG3. And look at Al gets there anyways. Yeah.
He made it.
Now, unfortunately, that might be a card. Well, it could slow down action because clubs got there.
Yeah.
But it also might be an opportunity to bluff per se for RG3 and might actually get him to jam in more chips here. So we'll see. But either way, Al's not going anywhere at this point.
So interesting story about Al, how he got into playing poker. He used to be a bowler.
Okay.
And he ended up having a shoulder surgery, so he was kind of...
He's grabbing it right now. He's grabbing his shoulder.
He was kind of upset and looking for something to kind of replace that with, you know. So poker was the thing.
Boom, insta-call.
It's worked out well for him.
Insta-call, bet, insta-call.
Was it an all-in or was it a bet?
I don't know. I think it was all in. We're going to find out.
Well, Al was leading the whole way.
Oh, 220K,
220.
yeah.
Okay. So he's betting for trying to make it look kind of value-y, taking down the pot right there. Mm-hmm. Al hitting that ace on the river. Had he not hit the ace, it probably would have been successful.
Oh, of course. We got through. Yeah.
Bluff there.
So,
bluffing with Jack High.
So RG3, and this, like I said earlier, this is not necessarily the guy you want to get involved with. So that's going to flip the script there between Al and RG3. Al now with our huge dominant stack of 831.
Wow.
RG3 in second with less than half that at 350.
Now, Al, I was talking to him when we started the final table, and on Hendon Mob, the GPI database, for Stones tournament caches is currently number 2.
Really?
Number 2.
Very cool.
Only behind Hugh, who took down our main event
exactly
a couple months ago for $41,000. If Al, I believe, only needs to get second place tonight, and he'll resume his lead.
Really?
So
and beat out Hugh?
Yeah.
So what's total lifetime Stones cash then?
Do
you know what it is? Yeah, it's probably pretty solid then,
Let's
I'm
look
sure.
it up. It's not too far away. We have the internet. Or should I say, internets.
So guys, we're going to keep playing cards. If you take a look at the right-hand side of your screen there, our tournament clock decided to go on break for a minute, but it will be coming back shortly. But right now, the blinds are currently 5K, 10K.
It clearly says in my contract if the tournament clock goes on break, I go on break.
That's crap. I don't know.
Bye, guys.
This guy. I don't know who let the tournament clock off the hook. And looks like Al's coming in, exercising his right to do what he wants with his newfound chip stack. Makes it 35K here with King Queen. King Dodds 306. What's going on? I'm Crusher. Hello. Yeah, RG3 was definitely very aggressive in that pot. I think he took that river. I think the river with clubs getting there and the ace showing up, I think he could have probably been able to check fold there and get away and save himself, you know, sloughing off that extra 220K. But then again, I mean, he knew the only way he was going to win that pot with Jack High was to bet it, so he took a stab at it. Taking a look, our two chip stack, two short stacks here, Steven and Brad, both with less than 10 bigs, are looking for an all-in position here whenever they can. And Joda, I haven't, Joda right here in the big here with Queen 3. I don't think we're going to see much from him. But I haven't seen Joda really involved in a single pot yet. So Joda is just kind of chilling, just waiting for some cards of quality. And Al is on fire over here. Al waking up with 9s again, going to come in for another raise. Our resident chip leader at the table, and he's going to raise it to 35K, so 3.5 times the big. Queen 3. Cool whip. Say what way. So yeah,
okay.
Overall he's at the big dog.
No, I'm looking at overall. So he was not correct when he told you 7th overall.
Look, and even J-Mac's up there at 38K. Check that out. Yeah.
So Al is behind by, it looks like, about 14,000. So even first place tonight will get him close to first place. Within about $2,000 of it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's fine. Then he'll win.
So he's up there.
One of the next tournaments. So what other tournaments we got going on? We got the usual tournaments this week, right? Then we got Saturday tournament next week. What's going on?
What, next week?
Well, just in general, what tournaments do we got coming up?
Well, every Saturday is the 10K guarantee.
Well, I know that.
Great tournaments. For special events, we have the Chip In for Charity in December. It won't be streamed. That's where we help raise money for disadvantaged kids here locally in Citrus Heights through Lilliput Children's Services.
Rad.
Our next special event will be, I believe it's the 15th of January. Double check real quick. Yeah, Sunday, January 15th will be our high roller event.
Nice.
$1,100 buy-in.
Sweet.
Event. So that one will be streamed.
Is there going to have some satellites to get into that?
Of course.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think we're going to have about 3 or 4 satellites. We're in the final processes of setting that up right now. So it's something to look forward to.
Love me some satellites.
Yep. Especially for $1,100 buy-in. That's a big buy-in.
It is. Yeah. Because my problem is that I always satellite into it and then I still fire another bullet or two after the fact.
I think most people do that because
because you're already getting good value at that point.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
right?
hedge it. Yeah. Hedge the bet. Hedge the odds. So it looks like Joda limped in, RG3 raised it and took it down. Oh, there you go. They're just talking about that hand earlier when he's just like, I had aces. He's like, what? When you had 7-6? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. 7-6 would have won.
Yeah, for sure. We no need to rabbit hunt that. I'll just tell you who's going to win that one.
Phil's got fans in the chat room, and specifically, I mean,
your mom's a big fan of Phil.
My mom.
Yeah, we get it. Got an Al waking up with another pocket pair, man. He got that chip lead, and now he's just waking up with hand after hand after hand. Joda with King 9 suited here is going to make a solid raise on the button to, looks like 25K, something like that? No, 35K. 35K here from the button for Joda. And RG3 checked out, and now you got good old Al. He out-chips Joda here by 4-1, and he's just going to go ahead and come along and make the call. If we see like a 9 or king high board with a 7, this could see some fireworks here.
Well, Joda pulls ahead out of the gate, hitting that 9. It's not the happiest flop for him, but he's got to be somewhat comfortable with it.
Yeah, it's kind of a wet board. Everything's connected. Possible flush draw. But then again, Al also, it's not a horrible flop for him either. He's thinking, okay, at least I also have straight outs potential now.
8 brings a straight. King Dodds, welcome to the chat room. Yes, we are in the US of A, more specifically, the United Republic of California. We are here streaming from Stone's Gambling Hall in the beautiful and luxurious Citrus Heights, California.
It's true. We have a bear on our flag. Kind of a big deal.
No one messes with bears.
It's true. Bears. Bears, Ron. Now the whole casino's in danger. All right, so that's going to give our check mark to Joda. It's going to get checked around here. 173K pot, and he will take it down. Look, Joda waits for a long time to get into a pot, but when he's in it, he's winning it.
So what, patience is the ultimate skill in poker.
It's very true. I know a lot of people who are, they try to get into poker, or they're just getting into poker, and they only play cash games because they say in a tournament, they get so antsy after a couple hours that they're done. That they just start just playing crazy, getting hyper aggressive, and all sorts of craziness. And they're done. They go into self-destruct mode.
I'm sitting right here.
Sorry. This guy.
All right, still 8-handed here at this 40K guaranteed final table. 6 and 12,000 blinds with the 2,000 ante with 8 players. Every single pot starting off at 26,000 in the pot.
Love it. And all in.
Who's that? Steven with King Jack?
Boom. Hey, he waited for his spot. He's got less than 10 bigs. It's jam time.
He could get it through. Brad might call if he feels like gambling, but the aggressive line here with King Jack is pretty solid.
Well, you also have Al here, and not that he's got a great hand. Yeah, he got out of there. Oh no, is Al still in? No, he folded. See, and that's the thing, is Brad is equally on the same short stack side, but I feel like when you have a short stack like Steven, and we talked about this earlier, that you can jam with your opening, your jam range is so high because the blinds are approaching you and you're already so short stacked that he could have anything. A7 could easily be ahead, in which case, right here it is.
Jam.
Delicious. I want breakfast. Breakfast for dinner.
Breakfast anytime. You see, Brad's really the only the only hand in this mix that could think about calling here. Being that his ace is suited. If he had a bigger stack, it would be a no-brainer, but this is his tournament life. That's what makes it such a tough decision. If he puts his chips in here and he loses, he's gone.
And so he will check out and live to fight another day.
And again, so even though Brad is a favorite here, the aggressive line wins. And that's what we see time and time again in tournament poker. Aggressiveness pays off over and over again.
And
until
it doesn't. Until it doesn't. And it's one of those things where, so Steven jams in there, look at this, so plus 32K, I love these new graphics, it tells you how much his stack increased after that last pot. So that's great. So this is what I'm talking about, where he jams for 90K, and just by everybody folding, picks up 32K, he almost increases his stack by an entire third, and doesn't even have to fade any cards. I mean, it's beautiful. So, that's really best case scenario, kind of what you're hoping for. I mean, I could win the whole tournament if everybody folds every time and I could just keep going all in.
Is that true?
I win. It's true.
All right.
Yes, breakfast for dinner.
Breakfast.
Always good.
For dinner.
We call it Brenner. Kind of excited about it.
It's cool. I feel like that started with the whole Brangelina thing, combining the names.
Yeah, it's so
Brad
easy.
but that's done.
I know.
No more Brangelina.
I know, and the only reason I know is because I saw like a million Jennifer Aniston memes of her like not giving a crap face.
But you know what the good news is?
What?
She's single.
Who, Angelina Jolie? So you can go adopt her and her like 19 kids from all the countries around the world? Good luck with that. Let me know how that works out for you.
Get to work. You should dig the Batman shirt.
She is Tomb Raider.
The headless Batman shirt.
Tomb Raider's tight. Ozzy was here.
Ozzy.
See? Oi, oi, oi.
I asked him to dress up. This is how he showed up. I'm like, hey, we're in suits tonight. Pulling it off.
This is a suit. What the hell's your problem?
Tomorrow night costumes, okay?
Okay.
All right. Don't screw it up.
Oh, you just wait. You don't even want to know what my costume's going to be. It's this slutty little Bo Peep thing. Never mind. Anyways, you'll see it.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it.
I've seen it.
Damn it. I knew that was you in the bushes, you freaking stalker. Jimmy Bluffett, what's going on, buddy? Welcome
What's
to the chat.
up, Jimmy Bluffett? You got J Square tonight.
Boom! Al makes it 41K and feels like I'm gonna be the one 3-betting this time. Screw y'all.
Oh, push it in. There we go. King, Queen is... Al's not screwing around.
No,
with
he's gone. Yeah, Al was making. It's like the one time Al didn't have a hand. Actually, it's like the one time.
Jimmy Bluffett says, Justin, hey, champ, but I don't know how he's talking to
No, he's talking to me, man.
I'm a champ, too, though.
No, you're not.
I am. I am. I'm a champ.
And the more you say it, the truer it is.
That's true.
Yeah.
I've been watching the election.
So I'm Horror Crusher. I believe, I'm kind of with you on that. So 41K was kind of a lot on the button. It's actually over 3 times the big blind, right? With the blinds at 6 and 12. I think you would have got that same information for cheaper. I think you could have made it like 30 and got that same information. And I kind of agree with you. I think that you're kind of over betting for the same info, for the same effect. Champ here, whammy. Yep, see, I'm with you. I'm with you, Horror Crusher.
He's saying he put in too much.
Yeah, I said 41K from the button, just to try and steal it. 25K, actually 25K might be. I like to bet a little over the minimum.
Kind of negligible though, between 25 and 40.
No, because dude, every time they push, that's an extra 15K that you're losing there. That you could have got the same information for.
But he only did it once.
Oh, that's just for now. It's gonna do that a lot. Did you see that stack right there? He's gonna do that a lot. He does that 10 times. That 15K adds up to 150 that he could have had. Yoda coming in with Ace Jack. Makes it 36K. RG3 looks like he's going to come along. Oh, no. Looks like we got a 3-bet here by RG3 to 80K. Very aggressive. So Phil and Steven are checking out. Action's going to be back to Joda here in a minute. Now Joda, while Ace Jack is a great hand to open with, it's kind of a scary hand to be 3-bet against because there's so many hands that beat you. Obviously, you have to fade anything jacks or better, but there's so much potential for people to 3-bet you with an Ace-King or Ace-Queen combo that it's just Ace Jack is just not feeling great right now. But then again, like we've talked about in the chat, I think he knows that RG3 has been very aggressive at this table, and that he could still be ahead. And looks like that's what he's going to make the call here. To the flop, Ace, Queen, 5 here. Both players do spike their ace. Joda in the lead here, about almost 80-20. Joda checks it over to RG3, who's our original bettor. And pots at 194K. 75K is the bet. And I think that this is kind of an all-in scenario or fold for Joda. I mean, they both have relatively about the same amount of chips, but this pot size is already quickly approaching well over both their stacks. And so Joda does jam it. Joda jams it, and I think RG3 is going to get a quick countdown, but I don't really see him going anywhere. I mean, he hit what he wanted to hit, although he doesn't, I mean, he doesn't.
It's pretty brutal.
It is, but he doesn't like the check raise. The check raise shows so much strength there, especially with the chip stacks relative to the pot size. I don't think he thinks that Joda's making a move. I think he knows that Joda has an ace, and he's worried about being outkicked, in which case he is.
This is tough. I hate to see RG3 go out like this. He came to the table a chip leader, and he might be the second one off the table, and that's so brutal. He's such a good player. He knows the spots to pick, and he's just in such a bad spot where it's going to be tough for him to lay his hand down. He had to be in pre-flop in his mind. If he hits his ace,
then he's going with it.
Going.
And that's the problem. And he does make the call. And and this is especially brutal too because he already had that pot with Marcos, where Marcos basically gifted him the super chip lead in the beginning.
Yikes.
Thanks for not stabbing my eye out with this pen so it still works.
Well, there wasn't enough twos. There were more twos.
Dude, I thought you were just so because there wasn't enough twos.
All right, we're looking for 9s or 5s. 9s to win, 5s to chop. And this is it, last chance on the river. And that's it.
That's it.
Joda's gonna take it down. He does have RG3 covered, I believe.
No, RG3 is going to have a little bit left here.
Okay.
RG3 is going to have 46K, but it's going to put him on super duper life support here, and he's going to be all in or fold now. At this point, if I'm RG3, I might actually. I think the blinds are actually approaching him here pretty quickly, but yeah, you're looking for any sort of cards that are close to each other, and you're jamming it in.
And poker can turn on you just like that. You can be the chip leader one moment and hanging on for your life at the next.
You mean poker's not fair and it's not an exact perfect science?
It depends on who you talk to.
Okay.
Jake would probably say it's a science.
It is. Look at this. So Brad and RG3 now is super duper life support, guys. 3 or 4 bigs.
Yikes.
And this is one of those things where, I mean, hell, it's almost like a double up if they just push and everybody folds, but
no one's going to fold.
Nobody's going to fold. That's the problem.
That's the thing. In this situation with stacks this short, no matter what they go in with, they're getting a call.
Yeah. Because just odds-wise and value-wise, to knock out a player, to move up in the money, to see 5 cards, versus the money that's already in the pot, nobody's going anywhere. Oh, looks like Jimmy Bluffett's catching us up in the World Series of Poker. Looks like they're down.
I was just wondering about
that. They're down to
actually.
6-handed right now.
I just want to put it out there right now, just in case anyone gets the idea in their head. If you put a Walking Dead spoiler in the chat room, I'm gonna ban you.
Insta ban.
Yep.
Super ban. So, guys, finally, all of your mom's prayers are answered. Phil wakes up with a hand with some pocket kings.
And my mom's probably not even in the chat room
Nope,
anymore.
on the button. Yeah, I know. She can only watch you for so long. She's like, I'm over it. I'm over it. She's like, I watched you for how many years already? I'm done.
Stones Live now accepting applications for new commentators.
Why, you're not going to do it anymore? Zing!
Someone named Justin is getting let go.
Or stabbed in the eye with enough twos. Yes, there she is. Atta mom.
All right, we got Phil with Pocket Kings. Request answered.
So he's going for protection. So RG3, you know, any 2 suited cards, he's in there. So he jams for his small stack of 44K. Phil goes all in over the top for protection.
Yeah, this is most likely lights out for RG3 here. Unfortunately, you played a great game, buddy. I don't see a lot of hope for you here. I'm sorry.
Now because you're saying that, he's going to spike 2 pair on the flop. Watch.
Trying to help him out.
Nope, game. That's definitely game. Paired
Game, set,
board.
match. Yeah.
Paired board with 2 unders. That's game time.
Yeah, 2 running clubs. This is only hope.
Or running sevens. Yeah,
running
no,
fives.
God, so game.
That's it. It's all over.
So game.
Check mark.
Jack. Oh, yeah.
Turn
Yeah,
to the king. Don't matter.
I know. I was like, hold on, wait. No, it's toast.
It's still.
Yeah, don't even worry about me.
Well, RG3 played a great game.
Yeah.
He got some bad runs there, and it is what it is. But good job, RG3, going out of the Stones last Sunday, 40K in 8th place, taking home $1,394. Plenty enough to buy us drinks.
Yeah, I mean, just throw that out there, just in case.
Yep.
Just see what happens.
We're 7-handed now.
So look at our 2 dominating chip leaders there, Al and Joda with 738K
Wow.
and 642K. They both have everybody else outstacked by at least 2 to 1, almost
pretty
3 to
intense.
1. Yeah.
A lot of chips.
Feels good, and Phil's got to be feeling good too after that. I mean, it wasn't a huge pot, but it was a solid win with his small stack plus the blinds. And Phil needed one because I'll tell you, man, Phil was just so tired of getting 3-bet and not even funny.
Yeah. But his patience paid off there.
Mm-hmm.
You waited for the right moment, got the right hand.
Yeah, if at any point he would have steamed and just said, screw it, I'm jamming on the next person who 3-bets me, that would not have ended well. Except for maybe that 6-7 suited. Come on down to Stones where we give out pocket pairs every hand. This hand it's seat 1, Andres,
Wow.
with pocket queens.
And he's been patient too.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that mustache just doesn't grow overnight. That's patience at its finest right there. All right, 32K raise from our chip leader Al here with a couple of mystery cards. Now Phil increasing his stack to a healthy size. He's up to 261K. He has A6 suited. I don't necessarily think that he's going to come along.
We won't tell you who that was. A spoiler.
No
It's a
spoilers.
spoiler. But he's a good guy.
I did say suited though, so we got a cheers. So when's Rockstar going to sponsor us? It's going to be Rockstar.
You should put tape over it so they pay us.
So until they pay us?
Until they pay us.
Well, they can pay us in case it's a Rockstar.
I'm down.
So let's see what Andres here does against Mystery Man. Owls raised to 42K. I gotta imagine we're gonna see a good 3-bet from Andres here. I love stones.
Inside joke. Poke his eye out or no?
No.
All right.
Why do I have to keep defending my eye? Stop. You just wait. I'm gonna be in here with weapons tomorrow. It's going down. It's gonna be like chop his limb off or not. That escalated quickly.
I'll be ready. I had to change my costume.
Did you really? It didn't get here, huh?
Well, it was being custom tailored and they couldn't finish it in time.
They see, I knew it. Dang it. Loud noises. I'm angry.
It's a brand new, for my tournament director outfit, I was getting a brand new suit.
Well, it's like, well, good. Don't tell me what it is. Now I want to be surprised.
Okay.
Jimmy Bluffett, you got your Stones jacket. Right on. That thing is super comfy.
Oh yeah, you had someone in here asking for it today.
Oh,
he
really?
sent someone in to get it for him.
I love
Why
it.
don't you just come in yourself?
No, calm down. He's like, nah, I send my henchman in. Relax.
It was a serious henchman. Put my arm behind my back,
Dude, those Stones things are super comfy.
yelling at me.
You know, at my day job, I went in there and, you know, they normally buy branded
Called
stuff.
me a little. Oh, go ahead. What were you saying?
Well, my day job, they normally buy branded stuff, and it's like really crap quality clothing, and I'm just like, hey, we should get this, right? And he looks it up, and he's like, dude, the jackets alone are like $30 before we get them embroidered. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
We need them. They're super comfortable.
Right.
I'd wear it all the time.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are really nice. The Stones hoodies, I like them.
Speaking of said hoodie, modeling it.
Is this
Glorious.
the one you lost and had to rebuy?
Yes, so I left mine in an airport, and I've never, like, I've called 3 different lost and founds in this little airport. Nobody called me back, and I'm like, I would steal this too, because it's super comfy. So anyways, I bought, this is my second one, and I'm not ashamed. I would buy a third and fourth
Nice.
one too. Don't even care. Love
Andres
it.
has bumped it up to 151,000 here. I was thinking about calling. We don't know what he has.
We don't know what Al has, and that's a super large 3-bet. I mean, that's a super large 3-bet. It was, 40K, 41K or whatever, and now it's tripled. I mean, that's almost too dominant to where it's highly unlikely to get a call.
Yeah. He laid it down. I think it's the right lay down there.
And he shows, yeah. And the thing is, I mean, and this is what me and Jake have talked about. You want action with your queens. You don't necessarily want them to just go away. So in doing that, it's almost like a bit of a scared overbet. And I mean, sure, you're going to win the pot, and if you want to do that without ever playing any post-flop action, then sure, that's one way to play it. But I think that was a bit of an over-raise for sure. Well, what do I know? These guys are the final table, and I'm not. I'm in here, hanging out.
That's a good point.
It's true. It's true. Thanks for that, too. I brought some salt. The wound is right here if you just want to... Yeah, it's good. No, stop stabbing my eye out. Wow, trade my Stones jacket for my Batman tee. Guys, I literally got this off a website called $6 Shirts, so like I feel like I'm coming way up if I make that deal.
Well,
Super rad. Deal. Deal. Yeah, but I buy 10 of them at a time.
Oh.
This is episode 34 for me, and I've never repeated a shirt.
you actually got sponsored by a t-shirt company.
I did, actually. They sent me some extra t-shirts. I was like, I wear them. Every time there's a different one. Let's bring it.
I've yet to be sponsored by a suit company.
No. But you do spend a lot of money in suits. I bet your closet's like all suits, isn't it?
It is. That's all I have.
It's pretty legit.
Yep.
Again, Barney from How I Met Your Mother. That's all I think of right there. All right, so we got an all-in here from Brad. 49K on the short stack. King Jack is just as good as anything else here. Can I borrow $6? He paid his last $6 to pay his henchman to come down and grab his last one. Master C. Must stack. So now over to Andre here with the same hand, and this is the problem that Andre faces is while it's a good hand and while he could necessarily make that call because it's not that much, with 2 players behind him, the problem is if he calls and one of the 2 players behind him wakes up with a ginormous hand, he's in a lot of trouble. And he just basically sloughed off 50K chips for no reason. If he was last to act there, I think he would have made that call in a heartbeat.
Ginormous.
Ginormous.
That's a real word. Look it up.
Seriously, Google it, along with snarky. So Brad, they're increasing his stack from like 50K to 81K just by getting everybody to fold. So that was a solid little bullet dodge for him.
Solid.
Solid. Literally. I'm excited to see some superheroes duking it out tomorrow.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Super excited.
Do you want to hear the superheroes that are playing tomorrow?
I do. Talk to me. Just give me superhero names. I want to hear who's going to be playing.
We got Black Widow,
Okay.
Nick Fury,
Fantastic.
Riddler,
Okay.
Nightwing,
Okay.
Joker. I don't know this one. I think it's a Filipino superhero.
Who?
Coyoto?
I don't know either. It sounds familiar
Yeah,
though.
that's where. We got Luke Cage.
Nice. Very which actually crashed Netflix servers because it was so popular on opening weekend.
And I don't know if this is a superhero, but Shaggy?
Like Mr. Bombastic?
No, I think like Scooby Doo.
Oh, we'll take superhero. They solve mysteries and crimes and
That
things.
counts?
Yeah.
All right, this is a
They
pretty
would
good
have gotten
game.
away for it too if it wasn't for you kids.
Yes. It should be a fun night tomorrow night. Halloween game, the superhero live stream. It is a 1-2 no limit game. We're heads up here now in this tournament. 7 players left. Joda has called, it looks like, with 10-9, and Al's gonna bump it up with Ace-Jack. Can Joda call here? He's gonna have to play the whole hand out of position. He decides he wants to see a flop.
And this is kind of scary, man. When the two big stacks, me personally, unless I'm kind of nutted up, me playing hands up against the other big stacks at the table.
And they both hit.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I don't like to necessarily get involved kind of when I might be behind in this particular scenario. So we see here that the Joda spikes is 9, Al spikes is ace. Joda's actually got running heart potential as well, possible running straight draw potential.
Just a
Let's
call.
see.
42,000 call.
Good old
We're going to
check
the
bet
turn.
call.
And that is a bad card for Joda. Al should be able to take it down with a bet here. If Joda calls, it's just a straight up gamble. There's just not much to go on unless he's just looking at Al saying there's no way you have an ace or a queen, or maybe he's putting Al on a flush draw.
I love our action tracker there. I like seeing the flop, like Joda checks, Al bets, Joda calls.
Very cool. It's very
Super
cool.
dig it.
Yeah.
Nut, Jimmy bluff it. So Yoda coming in with the stack, gonna make the call of 70 here. And Al with his ace jack.
I'm kind of shocked at the call, and it's not going to pay off for him. So at this point, it's just Al's not even going to try and extract money.
Al's going to play it safe, and you know why too? Because if with Yoda making that call of the extra large bet on the turn, in the event that Yoda did have a queen, that could be a little bit scary. But I think if Yoda did have a queen, though, that there's no way he's going to check it to Al on the river. So if I was Al, I might have fired in a little value bet there, for sure. Shaggy, it wasn't me, the hero we deserve. I love it. You saw me on the sofa? It wasn't me. Deny it all day, every day. Guys, thank you for joining us. Make sure you click that heart and subscribe. I think we need 20 subscribes, or I'm gonna die or get stabbed in the eye or something like that. So if you just handle that, that'd be sweet.
Jimmy Bluffett trying his best to get 86th tonight.
Just gonna give it a shot.
Welcome to the chat room, Jimmy. I'm glad you got your hoodie, though. Mustak, welcome to the chat room.
Now his hoodie, that was the one you sprinkled the anthrax on? Cool.
SARS.
Cool. SARS.
Put bird flu on it.
Brutal.
I'm glad Mustak's here. Yes, Jimmy Bluffett, my evil laugh.
Action over to Andres with the slow fold. Checking out. Tracy checking out as well, leaving it to Joda on the button, who's out of there. Now Al, so we got the battle of the blinds here. Now, although Al is the big stack, I mean, you're gonna see him jamming on Brad all day. It doesn't matter.
I would.
Yep. I mean, so obviously Al is sitting about 850K, Brad has 65K, but Al actually has a hand. I mean, if Al would have almost jammed it with any 2 cards, let alone an actual hand like a pocket pair.
Right.
And Brad, and this sucks for Brad, because if Brad had anything other than 7-3, it'd be an insta-call. But he can't even look him up with that, so.
7-3, also previously known as The Lucky Derby Nuts.
Was it 7-3 Lucky Derby?
Yeah.
I feel like whenever there's a specific card room associated with a hand like the nut, like it's because it's that bad of a hand. It's just like
That's pretty true.
7-3, where it gets him every time.
My favorite hand's pocket aces.
Yeah. The pocket ones, they're good. I like pocket deuces. A couple of overs. Johnny, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the chat. So there'll be a Riddler playing in the game tomorrow, huh?
Yes.
So did that change recently then?
Yeah.
Nice. Wait,
It's been a lot of last minute changes. People been.
Well, guys, superheroes are busy, man. You think you can nail down their schedule? I mean, they're out there fighting crime. They're saving the city. Damsels in distress.
No, we have a guy that plays regularly in the stream goes by Batman.
Yeah.
And I could not get him into this game.
To play, please come in here to play Batman.
So messed up.
I'm dressed up as myself, as Batman. So look at this. We can see some fireworks here. Look at this. We got Andreas with Ace Queen along Brad and Joda. Or let's see, Ace King for Brad, and Al also has Ace King. So I think we're going to see some fireworks here because Andreas is definitely going to come in for a raise here. And then we're probably going to see a 3-bet from one of the Ace Kings and maybe even a 4-bet from another Ace King. Just throwing that out there. I can read the future. I'm bulimic. I can read minds. So 60K here by Andreas, and he's about to wake up to lots of fireworks from these Ace Kings, I'm sure.
I like fireworks.
Whee! Once again, guys, those chips there, the yellows are 10K, the pinks are 5K, and the blacks are 1K chips. You can see Al's sea of black there.
Al with the suited Ace King, probably in the best of shape here.
Now look at now. Here's the best part. Because everybody has each other's cards locked. Go ahead and look at those percentages.
I know. I was just looking at
Phil with
that.
the 8-9 is actually in the lead by a solid amount.
It's pretty crazy.
That's disgusting. That's poke-up, baby. That's funny. And this is funny because I've actually seen this scenario several times, especially in cash games, where you get a lot of raising and re-raising and re-raising, and it's clear that everybody has big hands, and that's when you see people like Phil. I mean, they're not in a tournament style, but that's when you see people like Phil and other players get in with 8-9, 6-7, because you're like, I got to be good.
Yeah, Brad's jamming.
Yeah. So Brad jams the Ace King there, but not much. 63K, obviously, which is basically essentially the same as calling Al 60K.
Well, he's not going to come along.
But yeah, no, I know. That's if only we could read minds. Then Andreas here. This is where we're at. Andreas is like, okay, well, But at the same time, he's actually not getting horrendously bad value here. But I can't think that. I mean, I'm not. The problem is that Brad here was so short stacked that he would have pushed with anything. So I don't put any sort of strength added into Brad's hand.
But Al.
But I do put strength in Al's hand.
Yep. But Al can't re-raise, so it's somewhat safe call for Andres just to see a flop. The problem is here, if the case ace comes up, he's going to get trapped.
Yeah. Yeah, if we see any card queen or higher on this board here.
What a board for these hands. Well, this really brings it down to who's willing to take a stab at this, because this pot, it can be taken right now. You just have to bet.
And this is one of those scenarios too that's interesting because we've seen players who check it down just we've seen players who check it down just to bust another player.
Yeah.
Right? And you know, and sometimes you have to really weigh that out. Like, do I want to try to take this pot, or do I just want to try to go along with you to bust another player?
Guys, the queen rolls off on the turn, and that's a beautiful card for Andres.
Yeah, that's right in the pocket.
He all but has this locked up.
They're gonna need a king or a jack to catch up to Andres, or that is over.
Wow.
Huge, huge catch up for Andres here. So Andres bets 110. And Al over here. If that was a queen of hearts, though, Al would be coming along.
Yeah,
Al would be hanging out.
for sure. Al's having a tough time letting this one go. He's just not a believer at this point. But I think once he thinks this through, he has to.
Yeah, he's
there
letting it
goes.
go. Yeah, he does.
So now it's just a showdown between Brad and Andres, and Brad needs a jack or a king, or it's lights out. And there it is. That is not going to help him out. However, had Phil played, Phil would have made the straight, but it was 8-9.
8-9,
And
so sick.
We tried to tell him.
So sick.
7th place for Brad. That's about an $1,800 score for him. We'll get the exact number in a second here. 7th place, 1858. Congratulations to Brad. 7th place out of 151. It's
Yeah.
better than I did.
Yeah, it's better than I did for sure.
So Brad taking off there. Congratulations. He actually, we didn't want to spoil it. He came over, said
was it.
goodbye, blew Justin a kiss.
He did.
It was cute.
I thought that went to you, but okay, that's fine.
I thought you stole it.
I caught it.
Caught it.
I caught it right there.
Great game, Brad. Congratulations. Good job on your win. We're
A solid 11-hour hanging out day, playing some cards, and taking home some cash.
A little bit of money.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
$1,500 going his way. So, well, I mean 18, but minus.
Minus the buy-in.
The one.
Maybe one.
One buy-in.
Maybe one. Who was there? How many? Did somebody fire more than 2 barrels in this tournament today? 3 barrels possibly. How many? You don't have to name a name, but how many barrels? How many barrels? How many?
Let's just say bullets were flying.
Oh my gosh! I got a 6-shooter. Pew 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 pew.
That's how a 6-shooter sounds.
Yep, for sure. Bang bang shoot shoot bullet bullet gun. Andreas was way behind against 2 ace kings with that ace queen and takes it down. Speaking of ace king here, Phil waking up with ace king of diamonds from the small blind. Everybody folds around. Now this is going to be our typical battle of the blinds here. We got Octavio in the dealer box there hanging out.
The man.
So, and this is going to be one of those things where Phil has a huge hand, but it's going to be one of those things where when he raises, if Steven doesn't want to give Phil credit for any sort of hand, I think we're going to see Steven jam it anyways. He's short stacked, and he knows that Phil would make this move with anything. Phil would make this move with 10 jack, it doesn't matter.
But this is the situation. It's funny that Phil's been in Steven's shoes so many times
Absolutely.
tonight, and now he's on the other end of it where he
Yeah.
has the stronger hand. And he's going to put Steven to the test. Honestly, for me, in this situation, small blind versus big blind, Steven's sitting on such a short stack.
He's going to do it, yeah.
I might just call.
No, he's
And let
doing
him put it in.
He's jamming
Because
it.
now you might scare him away. But
Yeah.
he calls. We're heads up now.
You got Khan, the overwatcher right there, just looking, checking. Always watching, judging, look at the baby, look at the baby.
Con Trend there, the number 2 tournament director in Northern California. Number 2.
All right, ace, deuce, 4, check this out. Both of them spiked their ace. Steven with a wheel draw, looking for a 5 or a 3.
That's it. 1 card left to come. He needs 5.
He's hoping.
3 and does not
Rick.
get either. That's
Phil,
it.
now you're just showing off with the ace king. Steven.
That's it.
Long day for Steven, well played. Came into the table as the shortest stack, actually, with 54K, and then survived 3 other players and made
Laddered
himself extra, what, $1,000 bucks?
I'll take it.
Rad.
$2,555 just for folding a few hands.
Yeah, so he went from about he made an almost extra $1,500. Rad.
Not bad.
Yeah.
7 minutes left in this level, and then the blinds are going to jump up a little. But right now, still playing at 6 and 12,000 with the 2,000 ante. 5-handed.
So it looks like these stacks are starting to get a little closer. I mean, you still have Al on the big end here, but it's not the massive, like, 2-3 to 1 out stack we had. And even our smallest stack now still has above 10 bigs, sitting at about 11 bigs right now, so not bad. Oh, it looks like we said Tweed number 1 there. Vocal tear.
Ban.
Ban. Stab this guy in the eye, and use the other end. Ban.
Feeling very violent tonight. I'm trying to get home to my Walking Dead episode.
Yeah, because that won't be violent or anything. I actually saw some great memes. One was one of like Sloth from the Goonies. From last week.
Oh, okay.
Sloth from the Goonies, and it just said, "I'll find you, Maggie," and I'm like, wow. Because the
Yeah, you don't have to explain.
Oh, I do.
I saw it.
I do. Yeah, it was brutal. Brutal. That entire episode, my jaw was just like dropped. I'm like,
I just wish that they wouldn't have pussed out. It should have killed Daryl.
oh wow, it's intense.
He's a cash cow. It's a cash cow
of
for
course,
sure.
of course.
All right, Phil, starting to get a run of good hands here.
So
Al
raised
it.
Yeah, raised to 41K in the cutoff from Al here, as he should be doing with the large stack.
Oh, I thought he was gonna throw it away. I was like,
Oh,
Phil.
no.
happened?
Phil. No, he just has to set that up so we can go straight Mask Ninja again. And then we're going to see where we go from here.
I was thinking like maybe there's a bad smell at the table or something. He's covering it up.
He's not over the nose. He's just over the mouth portion. It's not quite air filter status yet.
All right, all right.
So Phil, let's see, it was a race to 36K actually from Al, and Phil's gonna make a flat call here.
All right. I approve.
It's good, because Phil was worried about your approval.
I figured he was.
Definitely was.
Why wouldn't he be?
So to the flop here. Oh, look at that, Ace King 10, great flop for
I wonder
Phil
if he likes
here.
this flop.
Yeah, great flop for Phil. You know, obviously he's worried about an ace, but with a straight redraw and all sorts of other action, he is not really going to go anywhere in this pot.
Al's taking an aggressive line here.
Yeah, no, Al's not slowing down at all. Al's going to represent big. And obviously Phil, the only thing on Phil's mind right now is, do you have an ace jack ace queen scenario? Are you right in that range? So Al fires out 53K, Phil makes the call, 8 on the turn, essentially a brick, and I think that Phil's kind of putting that in brick territory as well. I don't think either of those players were drawing for an 8.
But this is crazy because Phil, even though he has a check mark right now, if Al actually was aggressive enough, he could take this pot away.
Absolutely, absolutely. The pot's at 200K. Al checks. Now see that at this point, this is just beautiful Discoville for Phil here. I think that with
Discoville.
Al, yeah, with Al, you like that? With Al check, bingo bango. With Al checking there, I mean, he pretty much gives up all of his power, and Phil is just like, Merry Christmas to me. 150. Solid. Is that what he bet? 150? No, or maybe 50. What did he bet?
That's it. Easy.
Yeah,
bet.
it's done.
Take it down.
Nice. Phil coming up in the money.
Phil is, he's aggressive and he's poisoned himself to take this bad boy down.
Yeah, Phil is a solid player, gaining a little over 100K added to his stack after that hand. Very nice. So look at that. So we have their big stack Al at 718, and then 3 other players all within 10K of each other at 490, 480, 470, somewhere around there.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. These guys playing a great game. These guys all really in tune with what's going on and waiting for their moments, playing aggressive but at the same time being patient. How could you ask for a better final table?
Right, and they're still playing solid poker. I mean, guys, it's all about the grind and the hustle. These guys, I mean, you know, they're not getting fatigued, they're not playing like crap because they've been playing for now going on 11 to 12 hours. I mean, these guys are playing to play, you know?
It's a long day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yoda, the patience pays off with some kings. He's going to run into Al's ace-jack here, but Yoda gets the chance to open this pot first, and it'll be interesting if Al decides to come in for...
Did he just flat that?
Did he?
He just called 12?
Oh, sneaky, sneaky. Now this is the point.
Under the gun.
This is the point right here where if I'm in the booth with Jake, Jake is like, oh, how do you do that? Oh, I'm so angry.
He's hoping someone pops it, and
Well,
Al just might.
No, he will pop it. Al's definitely going to pop it, but here's the thing is if Yoda came in and raised off the bat, Al would be 3-betting right now. And that's the difference. I bet you Al would be 3-betting.
Al's been playing kind of conservative.
I don't know, dude. This table's been 3-bet happy all night. Let's just give it up for Octavia, our action dealer right here.
Jonah's definitely popping it when it gets back to him here. I don't think anyone else really can come along. Jack 4 is definitely not playing. Oh, he's going to show, though.
Oh, and he shows a jack too, so that's gonna kind of hate. Al's gonna hate that jack being exposed too.
True.
Now the thing is this: is that it shows so much strength when you come over the top with a limp in first position and then a re-raise, and that's the problem here. Is that
he's gonna check his cards again?
Yeah.
They're the same. They didn't change.
They could. I've seen them change. If our action tracker's acting goofy, they have changed before.
Okay, fair. You got me there.
But and that's the problem here is that it shows so much strength. The whole limp in first position, and then somebody raises and you 3-bet over the top. I mean, it shows so much strength.
That's a huge 3-bet too. 132,000. It's 86,000 more for Al to call. That's a very tough call with Ace Jack, and the only thing he really has going for him there, he will play the rest of the hand in position. The problem here is if he hits a jack, he's going to get trapped in this pot. He really needs to make his ace or just go for the golden flop a straight.
All right, what do you think? Ace, king, jack on the flop. Oh, yay, we love train wrecks.
Oh, God. I think king, queen, 10.
Or a jack high board.
King,
still
queen,
be some
10.
shit. Yeah, king, queen, 10. You're disgusting.
That would be brutal.
You're nasty.
It looks like this is a call coming in from Al.
He's cutting out chips. And for me, though, I got to be thinking, I mean, obviously it's so much easier in our position seeing the
He's
cards,
calling.
but Joda has been playing so tight this final table. So
it's very snug.
Between he's been playing so snug and he's first position popping, like, it's just, I mean, you're screaming monster to me. But we're going to see huge pot developing, almost 300K in the pot already. Jack high board.
Oh no!
That's gonna be bingo bango right there.
Ow.
So I think no matter, yeah, Joda can do no wrong. He jams it.
Oh.
And Al insta calls. Al insta calls.
Oh no! And this is the 2 chip leaders. These are 2 huge stacks.
And Joda has Al covered.
Oh my God! This is brutal.
And the blinds are going up too to 816 here. 10 board
No
pair, no
help.
help. It's gonna need a jack or an ace, guys. 4 outs remaining. Brick City, Joda the monster.
Joda, I think, is going to be the new chip leader now.
Well, he's gonna have $1 million. He's gonna have $1 million in chips, and there's
That's a
2.2
huge
in
hit.
play.
Oh my God, that's a huge hit.
That's it. I think he stacked Al. I think Al's out.
But what could Al do here? I mean,
Jack
he
high board.
goes
I mean, what
in-
else you want? Jack high board.
Yeah,
and
he
you
goes
saw
in-
it. You know it.
That's a great flop for Ace Jack in
Yeah.
most cases. Unfortunately, just not this one.
And you never know. I mean, so here's the deal. So let's go back to pre-flop and let's play the what if game, right? So let's say Joda does come out swinging in first position, and Al flats. You essentially get the same outcome anyways. The only way I see that hand working out different is if Joda comes out swinging in first position, Al raises for a 3-bet, and then Joda re-raises over the top of him and he gets away pre-flop. I think that's the only way that Al avoids
really,
this beat
Joda's
here.
limp in was a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's so few scenarios where Al can actually get away from this pot, especially with the jack already being exposed. So the likelihood of Joda actually having a jack is even smaller now.
Wow, what a hand! I mean, Al just gets trapped there by that flop. I mean, it just looks like a beautiful flop.
Yeah, of course. Jack high board, you're like, boom, I got top. Where do I just write a check for all my chips right here, or I mean, put it in?
But that's how poker is, sneaky.
Okay, so Al is gonna hang out with us here for a minute, and the sick part is, look at that, Al still has, even after that pot,
Over 200,000, right?
Yeah. Al's still got some health in him.
It's not over. The blinds have gone up, however. This next hand will be at 8,000, 16,000, still with the 2,000 ante. So now with 5 players, every single pot, before anyone puts a chip in voluntarily, $34,000 to play for.
Solid. So I'll have you know, I used the Stones app the other day for the very first time to put my name on the list remotely.
How'd it work?
It was perfect. And it's funny because it's instant. So I clicked, and I didn't know you could highlight multiple games at once. And I'm glad that I just highlighted one and did it, because I was just messing around because I wanted to play with the app. And all of a sudden, I almost highlighted like 4 of them. It was like, boom, put me on all of them.
I also think that the app is like the easiest way to view the tournament schedule. You can go on the website, you got to drill into each individual day to see what's coming up.
No, this just lays it out in like just a straight tab format. Just all the way
And
down.
in whatever's just coming next, so it's pretty cool. I like looking at it like that. It just lists them right in the order that they're coming up. It's free. Download it. If you got a Samsung or Droid phone, you go to the Google Play Store.
And if you have the newest Samsung, as long as it doesn't blow up, then the app should be good. If your phone catches on fire, that's not actually
before it catches.
Yeah, that's not our app that did that. I promise. They're very serious about that. I mean, I was on an airplane like 2 weeks ago, and they made an announcement like on the airplane. If you have one, keep it off, like the whole night. And I'm like, wow, it's real. It's for really real. All right, so going to the flop here, 3 queen 9, Phil and Joda duking it out with the battle of the ace mid cards here. Everybody misses. Joda first to act, and I think if he checks it, which he did, over to Phil, he's going to open up Phil for the continuation bet, which is definitely going to happen.
These types of hands usually end up in chops.
Not when you're playing against Phil. It ends up in take it down, Phil.
Yeah, good job.
Boom.
Phil with the best hand.
So we'll get a little glimpse here at some updated chip stacks after some reassortment of wealth, if you will. So taking that, so we still have our two guys. Al now still on the small stack, but still has a little bit of health with a $250,000. Tracy surviving still with 116K. Tracy has been surviving. I mean, he started the night with 194K, but he's already outlasted 4 players and already increased his value. He's taken home by at least 15.2K, even if he busts out next.
Yeah.
So, super solid. I feel like Phil has also been really kind of patient, methodical. He's been 3-bet. There's a couple different times where he could have got himself into some trouble, and he was able to just continue, head down, play good ABC poker. ABC poker is like, what's that stand for? It's like, I don't know, always be checking, always be calling.
Nice.
Whatever you want.
Not ABR?
No.
All right.
Always be raising, always be all-inning. ABBA poker. Andreas there. Check it out. So battle of the blinds here, and Joda with the king in the blind, he is coming in, and he is going to make a raise here. No, he's going to call. Just kidding. So Spikes is king here, obviously with no raise from Al. Joda definitely thinks he's in the lead here, and he's going to go ahead and take the betting line. Looks like 40K. About the pot size bet. Pot's at 42. That's definitely enough to take that down. I think Al's just posturing at this point. He's like, I'm not giving you any more of my chips, dude. Not after that last jack-high flop.
I would love to get some of those chips back, but it's not going to happen this time.
Yeah, it ain't going to happen this hand, man. I think he's just tabled the king. Showed him.
Is it ever a good idea to show cards?
You know, it's funny. For a long time, I would definitely show cards off and on, maybe one card or both cards as methods of angle shooting, right? You know, show nutted hands so I could bluff, show bluffed hands so I could, you know, bet the nuts later, things like that. At this point, though, now in where I'm at in poker, I almost, like, never show hands. We're talking, like, less than 1%. Unless it's a very specific circumstance where maybe I have a player who's just, you know, off the rocker action player who's been needling me nonstop anyways, and I show it just to shut him up once, maybe. But for the most part, I almost never show. Tone Logue, what's up? Funky Cold Medina in the chat. Good to see ya. Phil over here. Yeah, the easy fold. Tracy finally jams with Ace-Jack, and Phil's got nothing to defend here. Yeah, I'm kind of biased actually. I've pretty much only watched, you know, Stones live as far as online live poker streams go, and I recently caught some other online live poker streams on Twitch, and I just gotta say I really like Stones live. It's good stuff.
Not biased at all, though.
No, I mean I'm really not though. I mean like, but I just saw the way that it's just the little things now, like just, you know, the camera transitions and the overall camera angles and the microphones and just the way everything is presented in certain fashions. I just don't necessarily. I'm not a huge fan of.
Stones tournament director Twee Lee joins us in the chat room. Hi Twee, how are you?
What's going on?
Thanks for joining us here. We got 5 players left here. It's been a great game. Glad you can jump in and say what's up.
Approaching the 12-hour mark. These guys are the true grinders. Phil with 7 deuce. Are we playing the 7 deuce no peeky game? Are we playing the 7 deuce game here?
I wish they would.
Let's do it. Everybody has to give him like 5K tournament shit. See if he bluffs with 7 deuce.
That's interesting that they're 50-50 here, though.
I was going to say, it's interesting, you know, that he actually is 50-50 going against Andreas here. The worst hand versus 5-6 is actually 50-50. Oxyot, what's up? Funky Cold Medina. I love it. Raising with the 7 deuce. And there's something that just makes you feel good about raising with 7 deuce when the other person folds. You just have this little evil snicker inside, and you're like, yes.
I always have that little evil snicker, though. I don't need 7 deuce to have it.
E.T. Blaine, hey, thanks for the kind words, man. Appreciate it. Put in a lot of work here, and I think it shows. Some good players, some good streams, a good team.
Yeah, if you like it, make sure you follow us. We're trying to grow our followers right now. We're approaching that 3,000 mark. Please help us get there. We'd really appreciate it.
Look at this flop. Talk about action
Wow.
here. So he looks him up. Phil flops open-ended, which he's loving life, but little does he know, Andres actually flipped bottom 2 here.
2 pair. So Phil with the first option to act here in the small blind. And I think he's going to take an aggressive line. Looks like it. Chips coming out.
Pot's at 106K. Phil's going to fire out 80K? 65K, somewhere around that?
Looks like 65, yeah.
And this is where Andres is going to get loosey-goosey, I'd imagine. And I can't imagine with a board like that he's just going to flat call. I think we're going to see a raise. And that's going to put Phil in kind of a funky spot. Babyface ATL, what's up? Bust this guy with the hammer.
Hammer.
Oh, Andres is going to do the recheck. Fishbone. Wow, all in. That is quite the raise.
Wow.
Phil's like, damn, look at that. Phil's looking around. And see right there? And this one, if you look, Phil didn't even look at Andres' stack. He looked at the other player's stacks, and he sized up exactly where he was at the table, just as far as value-wise and position-wise. And that's funny. That's good stuff.
Oh, my goodness.
I like that.
What's he do, though?
It sucks because he knows that he needs to spike the 4-9. There's no way he can spike a 7 or a deuce to be good here. And the only way, God, I mean, even if Andres is just doing this with air and a flush draw, he's still so far behind that I can't see him continuing, and it's unfortunate. I think Phil's just he's gonna sneak out of this one because it's first tournament life too. I mean, there's just no way he's gonna continue in this pod.
Wow.
And now if you guys are taking a look there, you see that Phil has 7 outs. And that is because we calculate true out. So if for instance, a 4 or a 9 was dealt to another player and was then mucked, we don't include that in the outs. So he has 7 true outs to actually hit here.
I'm gonna have to say, speak to T in the chat room. She's right. There's no way he can call here. A call doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
No matter what, he has to hit. He doesn't have any backup. He's looking for the straight and the straight only.
Exactly.
I feel like he should be worse than 30%, but you know, that's math, it's science.
That's logic, math.
Yeah, he's out of there. He made a stab at it. He got told he was wrong. He listened, made the right lay down.
And that's the problem, is that he did, like you said, he had no backup.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like, okay, well, I could also maybe, and that's the thing, is if you have like an open-ended straight draw with 2 overs, you're like, okay, well, maybe if I hit either of these cards, that's good too, or I, potentially running cards to give me more outs. But in that particular case, you just had nothing. And the funny thing about it is it's 7 deuce, right? I mean, you don't really want to be like, yeah, I busted out of the tournament because I had 7 deuce, you know?
It's a great story if it hits.
Yeah, and Phil's a smart cookie. I mean, he was gone.
He's a cookie.
He's a cookie.
Tone Love thinks he was Hollywooding. I think it was legitimately thinking about.
Oh, a little bit of thinking, but a lot of Hollywooding. But like you said, though, I mean, Phil, though, at the end of the day, he's looking around the table, he's checking out where he's at. He's already kind of got involved into that pot to the point where he didn't need to get involved anymore, and he's got plenty of chips behind to still just run this tournament over. So there's no need to get and from Andres' bet too. That wasn't like I'm just gonna see if I can take this away with a raise. That's I'm jamming my whole stack. I have a monster. Get out of my way.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a pretty obvious shove because we really haven't seen Andres do that yet this entire final table.
Right. E.T. Blaine, thank you for the advice. Welcome to the chat room. Yes, you're absolutely correct. That's a great idea, and we appreciate you sending it our way.
All right, so looks like we got a couple of limpers here going to the flop. Look at that. Andres here spikes top
Again,
pair.
both of them hitting a piece.
Yep, and Tracy spikes, was that a 7?
Tracy, he's mixed it up in a few pots here, and he always seems to hit second best. I feel like Tracy might be getting to the point where he's getting a little tired of getting pushed around, and he might make a stand here with one of these middle pairs. Looks like an all-in. He did one of the all-in.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. No, that's interesting. So Andres is going to sit back because, I mean, obviously he doesn't know Andres is nearly as strong as he is. Andres was just trying to put out a little I'm going to steal this pot type bet.
Right.
But because Andreas is so outstacked against Tracy, it's a lot more tempting to call. If Tracy had, you know, a couple 100,000, it wouldn't even be a question necessarily. But it's 100K. It's less than a fifth of his stack to call.
Yeah, I think it's an easy call.
It's under 20% here, so really it's...
This is going to put Tracy in a really bad spot because I really don't think that Andres can get away. And Tracy's going to have to get lucky here if he calls, hitting... looks like only 3 outs remaining. A couple of his outs have been folded, so he's got 2 6s or a 7 he can hit. Of course, there's probably some turn cards that can help him out.
Yeah, he'd love to see like an 8 on the turn.
Right.
Get a little open-ended, get a little backup, as you call it. But because this just went pre-flop, because this was just checked, I mean, I gotta think that Andreas likes his hand, but that's also scary too, because I mean, it was just checked. Tracy from the big, he could easily have like a 4-6 hand, 6-9, 9-4. He could have, I mean, literally any combination. He has no information at this point because of the way the hand was played out pre-flop.
Two players, one flop. Who will win?
So classic. No, I don't think Andres is folding here. It's for the price.
98K, you're
It's
counting
near
out. I
impossible.
mean, it's like...
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. If he folds, it's a bad fold.
I'm just gonna say, yeah, like Tomlin says, like you said, the price is too good.
Yeah.
It is 98K. I mean,
I'm not
like,
sure why it's taken this long.
You got top pair. It's like 17% of your stack to bust out a play. There it is.
Stick 'em in.
Stick it.
Stick 'em in.
And Tracy did not like that call. He is not.
All right, this is it. Tracy for his tournament life, looking for one of 2 remaining 6s or the final 7 in the deck, or to pick up a better draw on the turn. Good luck, Tracy. He's either gonna double up here or get $3,252.
And no player with spades either. Queen, no
All
help.
right, that's not good.
Looking for
6s
6 or
and
7.
7s
That's it.
only, and drum roll, please.
Boom.
That's it. Andres is gonna scoop up those spare chips from Tracy. Tracy played a great game, going out in 5th place. Congratulations, Tracy. 5th place is no joke.
Yeah, and like I said, Tracy has just survived from step 1 here at this table and earned himself an extra couple $1,000.
151 players. Tracy ends up in 5th place. $3,252. Not a bad day. I hope you had a great time, Tracy. Thanks for joining us here on the Stones live stream. We do appreciate it. You played a great game. You played a great game. 5th place. It's pretty good.
Solid.
Better than I did again.
Not bad, not bad. 5th place, 151 players. You did well. That'll do.
All right, we're down to 4 players. 22 minutes remaining before we go take a break. And these players playing it out, duking it out for the top prize, over $12,000 up top. I'd like to bink a tournament for $12,000.
Yeah, I would. That would not be bad. I would not hate that.
You win it?
No, I would not. There are many worse things that I could be doing than taking down tournaments for 12K. I'll do it.
Down payment on your Tesla.
Doing it.
Yep.
Doing it. Fully auto driving, non-catching fire.
No
like
one
the
needs
Samsung.
that. No one needs that.
Yes, they do.
It's too much.
Wise. It leaves me so much time for activities. Like doing karate.
And math.
Yes. Did I just see like a fold of a queen jack or whatever that was? What was that?
Wasn't feeling it.
Wasn't filling it?
Feeling
Zing! All right, so it looks
Jack
like,
10, 5-3.
wow, we got some limpers here. So no help to 5-3. Not a bad flop for Yoda though. Open-ended for Yoda. Paired board. Yoda's gonna check it over to Andreas and let us cut a little bit of his own noose out. Looks like we're catching up with the action
Oh
track
yeah,
right
Al's
here.
still in there. I didn't even realize that.
There it is. So there you go. Al with the mystery hand here. So Al bets 45K. 45K for Yoda to call. And that's a large chunk. 45K is a large chunk based on Al's stack size here.
Jonah wants to see.
Ace peels off. No help to Joda. Pot's at about 130K. Almost the pot's almost Al's entire stack. So Al's gonna check behind.
Checks behind. That tells me he probably doesn't have an ace, and the hearts might have scared him a little too. Joda's checking again.
Is that a queen? I believe it's a queen. Queen Jack. Oh yeah.
So, and we can see there now, knowing what Al has, why he took the line that he did. Very happy to bet on the flop, but when the ace comes out, you get a little gun shy.
Yeah, absolutely. Slowed it down. Slowed it down for sure. Slowed it down. So taking a look at these chip stacks here. Joda on the big top with about 860K. 741K for Andres. Phil with 375. And even our small stack too, not entirely, it's not crippled. It's not necessarily all in our fold, you know, yet.
E.T. Blaine, thank you for joining us and have a great night. Check out the replay when you get a chance and see who took it down. Right now, I'm going with Phil.
Phil's strong, man. He's been playing really solid. Andres here, looks like he's going to cut out some queens. So Phil's folding over to Andres queens. Now again, the funny thing about having a hand in, you know, the cutoff, I mean, you're basically in the cutoff every hand here, four-handed. But queens four-handed is a beast. I mean, face anything suited could be a beast. And so I think your raises can be relatively well disguised when you're four-handed, because nobody's really putting you on, oh, he's raising because he has queens, he's raising because he has position and any two cards.
When you should be raising a lot when you're four-handed. I mean, aggression is key here.
And that's why you have, like, for instance, during the Stones Classic, when you had the Six Max tournament, I mean, that's an aggressive player's wet dream tournament. That's what they do. I mean, because they're in there, they're raising every couple hands, they're in it.
Hey, Tone Loke, check out the app. Download it if you want to see what the usual Sunday tournaments are. It was previously a bounty, but our new schedule starts in November, and the app has all the up-to-date information. New tournament is $100 buy-in, deep stack, no anti-structure. It's double TOC points, so if you're chasing those points for the $15,000 free roll every 6 months, Sunday's the day to play. Andres with Jack 3 going away. Joda's not playing his 9-5. We're down to Phil and Al. Ace 8 versus Queen 7. Both playable hands.
Now Phil in the big with a hand like a suit.
Al went all in with his Queen 7, or with his Ace 8. Now it's Phil with Queen 7.
No, he would have got Phil to come along if he would have just came in for a raise, but Phil's not going to push his tournament life on Queen 7.
He doesn't want to.
Not at all. This is great. I feel like I'm just super poker because I have poker going on here. We can look out, we can see all the nice live cash games running, and then on another TV I can see like the World Series of Poker main event going on.
Yep.
Love it. Never, you can't have too much poker.
Cannot have too much poker.
It's true. We're doing
if you like poker, this is the place to be. Stones Gambling Hall, I would venture to say, and I know I'm biased, it's one of the nicest card rooms in California.
Now, okay, so even if you're biased, let me put it this way. Playing when I was in the Classic, we had a lot of players from out of town. A lot of people come from the Bay Area, a lot of people come from Reno, Tahoe, etc. And I heard the same thing from all of them, that this place, the main determining word was quality.
Right.
Everything from the food to the dealers. I mean, hell, even Moneymaker said, I've never seen, and Tuckman I think said it too, I've never seen a place where every time the dealer gets up says, hey, can I get anybody anything? Anybody need service? Little things like that. You walk in, you have the giant red carpet. It's one of the places where it's not just a card room per se. I mean, you could come here, great food, great establishment, awesome bar. I come here with friends all the time just to drink when I'm not even playing cards. And that's saying something, because generally I want to be playing cards. So. But yeah, it was great. One of the players from the Bay Area at the table was like, hey man, how's the food here? What's good? I'm like, dude, it's all good. And he ordered a big old bowl of pho or whatever, and he just mowed it. He just murdered this huge bowl of pho. And then at the end, he looks at me and he's like, you were right. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, that was like the best pho I've had. And I'm like, dude, I know, man.
It's pretty good.
I'm not messing around.
Oh, we got more spoilers trying
More
to come up
spoilers, no
over here.
casualties. Not allowed to moon us through the booth here. So Phil here waking up with another face card diamond action over here.
Suitored.
Suitored. Cheers. Boop. Do you need another water, dude?
I got one here.
Okay, good. Stone's water, come on down. It's delicious. It's free.
It's free.
Straight from the Citrus Heights River of Destiny. I'm just kidding. It's probably bottled not here.
No, it's bottled in
It
Sacramento.
is bottled in Sacramento. Nice.
Yeah.
Sacramento River water. It's good.
No, they do it at my house from the tap.
It's good. Still good. Still solid. So Phil here makes it a race to 45K. Blinds are currently 8 and 16, so about 2.5x.
All right. Let's take it down.
Over to Joda here. Action Tracker catching up. 29K more to call for him. Joda puts down the little Joda figurine. Joda's gonna make the call. So we are gonna have some heads up action going to the flop. Queen, Jack, 4, 1 diamond. Little rainbow action here. So possible running diamond potential for Phil. Joda checks it over to Phil on the button, and I would imagine Phil would be the one to do a little continuation bet here. Looks like Phil checks behind and picks up a great card for Phil here on the turn. 10 of diamonds peels off, giving Phil now an open-ended straight draw and a flush draw. And I would have liked to possibly see a C-bet from Phil on the flop. However, if you've been paying attention, I think we've seen Joda do a lot of check raising or check calling and letting other people kind of lay their own price and hang their own noose from C-betting. And I think Phil's picked up on that, which is why he didn't want to like fire the flop with air, because Joda wouldn't necessarily gone anywhere. But that turn card is an amazing card for Phil.
Great card. Joda's coming along.
Joda with the mystery hand, Phil
So
with the
scared.
world of outs, and he binks it.
Oh,
King straight for Phil.
Phil's a beast.
That just makes you feel good. You bet the draw and you hit it, and you're just like, I feel so warm and fuzzies.
and really, Joda's. I mean, depending on what he has, it might be hard for him to lose money here.
Of course. So Joda checks. I mean, the 4-card straight on the board isn't exactly disguised, but then again, good players would bet it just to bet it anyways, even if they didn't have it. So right now, pot's at 275K. It's a big pot. I mean, Phil really obviously, it's an important pot for him. Joda doesn't necessarily want to give him the pot either. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Did Joda check?
Yeah, Joda checked to Phil.
Okay.
So Phil's just really just thinking, how do I extract value?
I don't think Joda has anything here.
I don't think he does either. And so I think it's going to be really hard for Phil to extract value here.
He's got to bet very, very small, like to make it impossible not to call.
And that's
If
and
Joda
that-
has any.
and that's the problem is like when you bet that small, it almost makes a really good player not want to call because it looks so obvious that you want to call.
Right.
So he's going to bet 100K, which is still less than half the pot. You
Tom
know.
Logan in the chat room was saying 165.
Yeah,
I think that would almost be all in for Phil.
it would. But even then, it's like, where do you find that sweet line? Oh, so Phil bets. Well, the graphics are off here. That's not 80K. That's 100K. But Phil bets about half the stack. And
Close
that's
enough.
Well, and that's the problem. And that's the problem you run into. That's the problem. We round. That's the problem you run into is where we've seen this time and time again. Me and Jake have talked about it. Where let's say you have 300 in front of you and you bet like 220 or something. It's like, well, it's the same thing as all
Yeah,
in.
you might as well
it's
go all in
Yeah,
at that
exactly. Hey, is this a Samsung battery? Is this gonna blow up on me? Put that away.
It's dead though. It probably won't.
No, that's when they like to blow up because they're angry.
Oh.
It just starts a smaller fire. And Phil's gonna get that through. Phil's
Did
looking
we
for
ever
some
get to see
value there.
Joda's cards there?
We did not.
All right.
Not that it mattered. Phil had the
Phil
beast.
had a great hand. Diamond draw and the straight draw. The straight gets there.
Octavio hopping out. Jen coming in. Fresh dealer in
Fresh
the
dealer,
box.
fresh luck.
Oh, let's do it.
That's how it works, right?
Let's do it. So babyface ATL. Okay, so let's say if Phil bets 40 there. I mean, I don't know. We don't know Joda's hand, right?
40 could have got called if he
It
had
could've.
any
It
pair,
just-
and
yeah,
maybe.
And that's the thing is that 40 just seems so obvious. 40 just seems so like, please call me type thing. Nailed it. It's better than what we get normally most people doing.
I was gonna say.
Normally we get people mooning us at the booth, so this is way better.
We don't need the glass in between. All right.
Hey, KBVZTL, another potential that it could have happened there if he bet 40K is maybe he spazzes to a tiny bet. Maybe he does some crazy like brawr, re-raise over the top. Yeah, I said it.
One more time?
No, I don't do requests. I don't do requests. It's a one-time thing.
That's for the replay.
Yeah. I can just see it now. It's going to be like turned into like a dubstep remix on YouTube, like looped over, reversed.
You notice I make little clips of all the shows now and put them on Twitter. Have you noticed those?
I immediately regret this decision.
The next clip's just going to be him going, rawr.
Oh, God.
T-Rex is angry.
Everybody fears the T-Rex. Oh, fantastic. Oh, look at Robert. Yeah, I know. I love you too. I know.
All right, 10 minutes left in this level. 8,000, 16,000, 2,000. 4 players left duking it out for the top prize over $12,000. 12,313, the magic number. Plus, first and second place both getting an entry into next month's 40K guarantee tournament. So it's not just the money, it's a chance to come back and do it all over again for free next month. How cool is that?
Nice. So, Tomoke, they have not talked shop yet at this point. No.
It looks like we're getting a setup change, though. Sometimes these cards, they have the RFID chips, and some of the chips go bad. So we get a fresh deck here, and hopefully that will help clear up a few of the issues with the cards reading. I have seen, like, even when the cards have it read, look at the players are not reading, and they're sitting in the right spot.
Yeah,
they're over the sensors, so sometimes it is an issue with the cards.
Well, I mean, it's a little tiny paper-thin wire and a chip in there, so I would imagine over enough bends over time, that little wire just breaks, and you're like,
And I have to point out that Phil, despite his amazing ability to play, if you watch him, he's very tough on the cards. He's Phil,
if you take over 5K, buddy, what you're gonna do, man, you gotta buy a new deck here. Sorry, man. So yeah, the jumps are 12K up top here, 7,600 for second, 5,100 for third, and fourth is almost 4K. So the worst you can do right now is a hair under 4K. Not bad.
I like Ks, so
Ks are good. Mini Ks, multiple Ks.
I take as many Ks as I can get.
Special K. The cereal.
Right. You ever wonder what happens to the regular K?
Yeah, messages get thrown out. Can I buy the regular K cereal? You know what? They get put in that unbranded, really like bulk crap cereal at the bottom.
Yeah, I take it home and I put it in a special K box so people think I have good cereal.
That's just called lowercase k. It's cheaper.
We've completely gone off the rails here.
Yeah, no.
Is there poker happening?
Is there
by
rails?
Any chance?
Never supposed to be on.
Did the ace fold and the 7-3 take it down?
Yeah, so Joda's popping it up here from the button. Aggression pays.
Joda's popping.
Aggression pays. The RFID decks I believe we're using here cost about $200 a piece, give or take.
All. No big deal. No, I love it when people bend the cards. It makes me so happy I can go buy another $200 deck.
Could you lay on the sarcasm a little thicker if you don't mind?
You picked it up?
I mean, I did, barely.
I was trying to be...
Nice. Even keel. Nice.
You know what that means.
Boom. Wings, what's going on? Thank you for joining us in the chat here.
Yeah, whatever you said, though, don't say it again, because someone deleted it, and that's usually... Just so you know, our mods are trigger happy, so...
Maybe they just wrote
nice.
Message to delete it. I would do that just to mess with you.
That's a great idea.
Ultimate trolling, ultimate trolling.
So every message is message deleted.
Love it.
I'm like, man, that guy's a jerk.
That guy sucks. Sitting here with a little beatbox. Beep, beep. Bang, bang. So yeah, with the blinds at 8 and 16, I mean, even our short stack Al here with 285K, it's not like he's necessarily on life support.
I just told my crew.
So action over to Phil here. Battle of the blinds with 5 deuce. Let's see if he's just gonna limp along here. And Andreas with Queen Deuce is gonna check it through. So we're gonna get a heads up action of the flop. Ryan, what's going on, buddy? Welcome. 5, 7, 8 here coming out. Phil does spike his 5. He spikes a pair. He's got the best of it currently.
Wings, I don't know why you were banned. I don't know why you're asking me. I didn't ban you, but I'm sure you did something. It takes a lot for me to ban somebody.
It's true.
Yeah.
Monster, 5 good.
You gotta be a real jerk for me to ban you.
Monster. It's funny, I very rarely play table games, and I'm so used to playing poker, but when you play poker, you generally grab your cards and you kind of two-hand it, and you just kind of pinch up the corners and stuff. And if, every now and then I'll be out in Vegas and I'll be drinking, and my buddy's like, oh, come play some blackjack, some single-deck blackjack. And I look at them like poker cards, and they're like, no. One hand.
They get angry.
It's the exact opposite of poker. They want you to pick them up like this and look at them in the air, and I'm like, guys, I just want to pinch them and tell you what I want to do. Like, what's the problem here? Don't be weird. Don't make this weird.
Ryan, welcome to the chat room. We got Babyface ATL. If I didn't say hi earlier, my apologies. Welcome. We appreciate having you here, especially tonight. Extra appreciative with so many options out there. We're competing with multiple World Series, the World Series of Poker, World Series of Baseball, World Series of Football, and the World Series of The Walking Dead.
I love it. So I think I saw like an Ace 3 or something folded right off the bat by Al, but then look at this. We got Yoda and Phil waking up with some hands here, especially.
Yeah, those are good hands,
especially four-handed. I mean, Ace 9, King Queen suited. We're going to see some fireworks here. Check out Babyface AT on the chat. Message deleted. Psych.
That's the fake one?
Yeah, he pumped in the pump fake right there.
That's awesome.
Respect it. So Andreas here from the small is going to get out of the way. So Phil did make it 47K. Joda's going to come along. And King peels off. Look at that. Joda does check up there on the river. Ryan, tomorrow is going to be a superhero cash game, and you don't want to miss it. I assure you, there are going to be many superheroes battling each other. It's going to be a fun 1-2 no limit game.
It's going to be just like that movie Civil War.
The app is Stones Live Poker. You should see the little logo.
The app?
The app.
It's just Stones Gambling Hall.
Oh, well, you'll see it.
Yeah.
Just punch in Stones Poker. It'll pop up.
Babyface ATL had a good day. Watched the Cowboys, the Eagles, Cubs, Rockets, WSOP, and Stones all in one day.
What?
Wow.
Overload of awesomeness. Yep. Look at our boy in C1, Andres, dude, just hanging. Like, hands over the head, he's got the app rolling. He's basically he's at home on the couch. He forgets he's even playing. Speak to T, you're awesome. We will see you soon.
Thank you for joining us. Appreciate having you here.
If you could go get a warm glass of milk by Justin's bedstand, it'll help him sleep when he gets home. That'd be great. Thank you for that.
And wash my clothes for me.
It's true.
Make my bed.
I don't want to say anything, but he really needs some clothes washed.
Jeez.
Really? Good thing you don't have smell-o-vision, guys.
What?
It's cool. No, it just smells.
I showered 5 days ago.
Dude, I'm just saying, it just smells like old Indian food in a used baby diaper. I mean, I don't, it's your call.
So we got those applications pouring in for new commentators.
Pouring in. There was 2, and one guy was hammered drunk.
That counts.
Okay.
We'll take it.
And he just submitted it twice.
He's like, did I submit it? Let me try again.
Yeah. So Al here on our short stack. Next up is Phil. Outstacking Al about 2-1. So Al's sitting at 265K. Phil has 500K. And then everybody else a tad bit more. Good times. Oh, now we get to the 2s for eye stabbing. I see where that's going.
There we go. You must
Told
piss
you.
him off.
Later in the night. That's what it comes
guys.
down to. I'll defend. I will defend. The pen is mightier than the sword. Showered 5 days ago. You're way good. You're way good. Waking up some monster hands four-handed here. King 10 versus Ace 10 here.
Wow.
Battle of the Blinds especially could get spunky. So Al's going to take a look at that.
Al's not one to get mixed up too deep in a situation like this, especially against a player like Phil.
He's going to reason a Phil here, I'm going to imagine. And three-handed, we've talked about this earlier, where Ace 10 isn't necessarily a hand I like to be calling a raise with, but it's a different scenario when you're four-handed for sure. Ace 10, when everybody folds to just battle the blinds, is a whole heck of a lot more stronger than it normally is. Or at least it feels that way to me. But then again, I'm never good enough to only play four-handed. I don't get to this point.
Unless you're in a 6-max.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, just a reminder, at the end of this level, less than 1 minute, we are going to take a 10-minute break. Don't go anywhere because we will have the exciting conclusion when we come back from that break. We may get one more hand in here, we'll see, but the stream is not over. We have some great hand of the week footage to show you while we're gone. Something new, something old, something pink.
Wait, is the stream getting married? What is it? What is this? Well, you already tried to propose to everybody in the stream once.
That's my new thing. I just proposed to everyone. Phil and Al going up at it, and we have the split screen there. Marry me, split screen.
What? Are you just looking around the room at objects and saying you want to marry them?
Marry me, lamb.
Marry me, lamb. I love lamb. I love lamb.
Heads up action here, Phil and Al, and that flop does not help either of these guys, so it's really about who's going to get aggressive first.
About 9 minutes.
Ryan, thank you for that comment. You're lucky Jake's not here.
Oh, it's hilarious. We love it. Like, needling Jake is one of my favorite pastimes. Every time I'm like, oh, Jake, did you final table something today? Oh, no, because there was no senior event. Zing!
Yeah, you know, Tone Look just made a really great comment in the chat room that I didn't even think about. The November 9 are playing on TV today.
And they started October 30th. Like, who scheduled that?
I thought I was a time traveler.
You're doing it wrong. You're doing
How did they do that? How did they know? How did they know? Okay, guys, that's the end of that hand. We are now on break. 9 minutes left. We'll be back. We hope you'll be back. We really appreciate you being here, and appreciate it even more if you're here when we come back. 9 minutes away. We'll see you then.
Grab a cocktail. See you in a minute.
So we're gonna.
Welcome everybody to another Stones Live Poker Hand of the Week, and we're going to play a 10 1/4 game here, and you can see this game as deep, and look who it is. Old school favorite to live streamed poker cash games. That is Corporation Mike. He's going to open it up here for a raise, and he's going to get 3-bet. He opens with pocket jacks to 100, gets 3-bet to 350 by Harlan, and he decides to just flat call. He's going to check the flop as he makes bottom set. He's got a real handle lock on the hand, and Harlan is not going to really think about it all that much. He is going to make a continuation bet here with ace-king. He's drawing very, very slim, as you can see. He would need a running full house, or he would need to hit a 10 for a gut shot. Now, the bet is $450. Mike's not all that deep. He only started the hand with about 2,700, and he's going to decide to slow play it here a little bit. Looks like he went back and forth, and he decides to just flat call. Boom! The turn is a 10, and there it is, and now Harlan has a huge advantage in the hand, and Mike is actually going to play a little bit of a peculiar line here. On the turn, he is going to come and lead out at it, and once he bets, he's basically going to commit himself. He comes out and bets more than half of his stack here on the turn, but you can see the frustration. Harlan moves in, and Mike slams his chips down into the pot, but hey, there is no justice in poker, as you can see. The look on Veronica Brill's face up in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Mike makes a full house and wins a big, big pot, over $5,000. Check out Stones Live Poker every Monday and Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. over at twitch.tv/Stones Live Poker. Hey everybody, welcome to another Stones Live Poker hand of the week. We're going to take a hand from a 10-25 game with a 50, and this hand has a double straddle on it, so 10-25-50. It gets folded around here to Nat, who's been playing pretty wild, and he's going to open for 250, 2.5 times the double straddle, and JC Tran is going to defend the double straddle spot with King 8 of clubs. We can't see what Nat has right now, but we can see that JC has flopped top pair. This one goes quickly check, check. So now JC is going to take the lead here on the turn. He bets $325 here on this wet board, and Nat doesn't think about it for too long, and he's going to make the call here. So you start to think about what types of hands would raise pre-flop, check back the flop, and then call the turn. River's got to be one of the worst cards here for JC. It's the ace of diamonds, so a hand like ace-jack, ace-10, make a pair of aces. Nat might have a hand like ace-queen that could have been checked back. He's going to think about it for a little bit, and he's going to bet about $750 here into a $1,200 pot. So it gets back around to JC, and you can see the discomfort here in his seat. He's getting about 2.5 to 1, and Nat has played pretty wild. So he is eventually going to come to the conclusion that this is a profitable call. He puts the money in, and Nat turns over ace-9 for rivered aces up and wins a big, big pot. Check out Stones Live Poker on Monday and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Time. And this weekend, the 24th through the 26th, Stones Live Poker will be streaming the final tables of the $250,000 Fall Classic. I'll be there on Saturday the 24th, announcing the Monster Stack final table. On Sunday the 25th, David Tuckman will be announcing the Classic Deep Stack final table, culminating on Monday the 26th, the 6 Max final table with Lon McCarron. It will all be at twitch.tv/Stones Live Poker. Hey everybody, welcome to another Stones Live Hand of the Week, and we're going to get into a pot here at 10-25. This game was playing with the straddle, and JC Tran right here was in the straddle. Nate raises here to 160 pre-flop. Brian calls in the big blind, and JC Tran calls in the straddle. Both the blind and the straddle flop flush draws, but it gets checked over to Nate, and he does not bet his deuce. The turn here is the king of spades, and you can see here Brian with the top pair and the nut flush draw, but JC Tran with a huge draw, queen high flush draw, and a gut shot to a jack. He just calls the turn bet here by Brian, however, does not raise on the come. Rivers the 4 of hearts, and both players make a flush. Brian with the nut flush, ace-5 of hearts. JC Tran, he's got the queen high flush. Now, Brian's going to make kind of a small bet here at the end, about $425 into $1,100, and JC Tran is going to raise it up here. He is going to make it $1,300, and you've got to love this spot if you're Brian, staring at the nuts, and a guy has raised you on the river. He's going to put a little bit of a Hollywood act for about a minute on, and then he finally moves all in. JC feels like he's pot committed, I guess, and he makes the call, and Brian wins a huge, huge pot in this 10-25-50 game. If you want to check out live cash games, watch Stones Live Poker every Monday and Wednesday at 7:30 Pacific Time over at twitch.tv/Stones Live Poker.
right, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, welcome back. We once again appreciate having you here. This is the final 4 players at the Stones Live final table for our last Sunday 40K event.
Started with 151 players this morning at 11 a.m., going on about 11 p.m. now.
10 a.m. 10 a.m.
Oh, 10 a.m.
Yeah,
Even
10
more. So
a.m.
the 13-hour mark then.
It's, oh yeah, you were counting from 11.
Yeah, I crushed it. Yeah, these guys have been playing
It's early.
some poker.
Yeah, we turned this into a one-day event. So we started an hour earlier. To
Okay, oh, that makes sense. Yeah,
wrap it all up in
perfect.
one day. So we ended up four-handed, went to the break, and it looks like on the break they started negotiating a chop. So that's what they're in the process of right now, is working out all of the details for that chop. So as you can see, the clock there is stopped, which tells me that we've probably reached a deal.
And I think, do we need to do the official news desk paper? Do we have news of this deal yet? Boom. It's official. There's nothing on that, but it's super official.
Can you make the sound that...
This just in.
This just in. Let's see, what's it say here? 4 players remaining, all exceptional poker players. Did a great job, and they are splitting it up evenly. $7,259 a piece. And top 2 players, Andres and Joda, taking the 350 seat for the next one. They all get 21 points towards the TOC. That's our $15,000 free roll we run every 6 months.
Rad.
And actually, technically not a free roll because it's a $20 entry fee. At $20, you have to qualify top 120 point earners. And
But still, $20 into a 15K prize pool. Okay.
Yeah, and top 40 get paid, and usually only like 50 or 60 play.
Nice.
Yeah,
Sweet.
so it's a great value. Guys, this is it. The champions here playing great. Al, who came into this final table, let's look at it. 459,000. He was almost a chip leader, trailing RG3 by 30,000.
Yeah.
He ends up in the chop.
And now had some really big chip swings too. So the fact that he's still here to chop this up, good for him.
That's that experience, that long time experience of playing poker.
True.
He understands the game. Andres, who ended up as one of the 2 chip leaders, taking the seat, started off with 334, Joda 264, and Phil with 239. All these guys played a fantastic game. Came in going home with over $7,000. It's not a bad day.
Not a bad day.
Playing cards, having fun. I have to tell you, I'm not hating on these guys, by the way. So, because I think they played a great game. They're making great money. I do like to see these play out. I like to see one guy take it down. You rarely get that experience.
Well, we've talked about that the experience of playing 4-handed, 3-handed, heads up, even especially heads up. That doesn't happen very often because of chops. So when you do get to that heads up scenario, I mean, it's a big deal. Like if you don't have any prior experience doing that, then you're obviously at a bit of a disadvantage there. But either way, like you said, $7,200 a whack. These guys have been playing for 13 hours. Good for you. Great day. Great day.
And we get to go home early.
Boom. We do. But we will be back tomorrow because
right.
Justin Squared in full effect night 2.
So for everyone watching right now that's going to come back and watch tomorrow, we're going to be dressed up.
Yes.
So you should be dressed up too watching, and we'll know.
We will.
We will. So.
We will.
And you can't copy our costumes. If you see that you're dressed the same as us, you have to go change right away.
It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait for tomorrow night's stream, guys. It's going to be a blast.
It's 1-2 no limit.
Yeah, yeah.
We almost never stream one. The only other time is in the Survivor Series where we're trying to give away $10,000 WSOP main event seat.
Let's face it, you guys are going to be out walking your kids around. They're going to be out trick-or-treating, and you're going to be on Twitch on your phone streaming this awesome game. You're going to look at these superheroes.
Why wouldn't you be? Anyways, we really appreciate you guys being here. We're going to go get wasted. And feel free to join us. We're right here at Stones. The commentary's not delayed, so this is real time.
This is real.
Come on down. This is what we look like now. See what we look like an hour from now.
You guys are awesome. Again, join us tomorrow.
7 o'clock.
Do it. Be here.
Pacific Standard Time.
Awesome.
We'll see you there. We love you.
Later, guys.